Hey, howdy. Hey, we are live.
Back at it.
Hello.
Finally finishing up Richard's work. Finally. How long has it
21
been?
movies? It's been months, man.
Crazy.
I lost
Oh,
track.
Yeah.
shit. I also watched the first episode of God Save Texas
Oh,
because like
yeah?
Richard
Oh,
Linklater directs it, and
How
like
is it?
I don't know, it's been like a week or two since I watched Hitman, but like there was
yeah.
kind of a connection between the two, like just like a loose one, like because like they probably did them around the same time, but like I don't know, the whole episode is like basically filmed by Richard Linklater, and he is also like the guy, like the documentarian, like asking the questions and stuff, and
Whoa.
doing the narration. So like it's actually
Hmm.
kind of neat. I don't.
Good
It's
to
like you're
watch.
there with him. So
Yeah,
like I
I
don't know.
added it to
Yeah.
my list. You got to watch it all, right? I mean, we're in this dive. You
Yeah,
might as well just
Yeah.
round it out.
I
Shit.
didn't even watch the rest of like the show.
Yeah, just
I
Linklaters.
just watched that episode. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, feels good. Longest dive, right? 21 movies, if I can count correctly.
Honestly, I thought the Coens was longer, but I'm pretty sure this is our longest, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to be close,
Yeah.
though, right?
And Cohen's definitely felt longer.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I'll look up the
Oh,
Coen brothers.
yeah. This one, I enjoyed this dive. We'll get to the rankings later. We got two movies to talk about, but it's a feel good dive for me. I don't know what you guys feel.
Yeah,
I
it
thought
was
so.
fine.
Yeah,
I mean, it
more
was
more
like,
more good than
Mixed
bad.
results.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
kind of like the most, I don't know how to say mid, but like all of my rankings, like ratings, are all like majority, like 3 stars, 3.5 stars. Every once in a while, one peaks, but
Damn.
like above that. But
It's a bummer, but could be
yeah, it wasn't
worse.
bad necessarily. Yeah, it
Two
wasn't bad
2 stars,
necessarily.
1 star.
But believe me, there were some bad ones.
Oh, yeah, we'll get
But
to
Oh
them.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
some
We'll get to
stinkers.
those. All
So
right.
but
I think the Coen brothers is at 18 movies.
alright, so it was close.
I think I have 20, but we didn't go over two of them, or at
They
least
both
on
have a
my list.
separate one. Yeah, so I guess technically they
Yeah.
have 20 if you want to count them.
Yeah.
But next dive, be nice, short, sweet. Know what you're getting.
But I kind of just like Linklater's vibe. I mean, I totally agree that
Yeah,
like the most mid movies that we've watched for like a director,
Yeah.
but like and yeah, there were some pretty bad movies, but there were also some pretty good movies. But like I don't know, overall, I feel like I just of the directors we've gone over, I feel like the one that I probably relate to as a person the most is Linklater.
Yeah.
Hmm,
yeah,
It's definitely the
feel that.
least prestigious of all of the ones that we watch. Or at least the other ones, they have like this prestigious aura about them
Yeah.
that we watched.
yeah,
But
Yeah, more indie vibe, but not like super indie where it's just like
okay.
kind of one note. He's got some different shit going on.
yeah. I
He's
feel like
definitely the most, I don't know if versatile is the right word, but like the most spread out. He's got his hand pretty much in every honeypot here
yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of
I
like
put the
you don't even
years.
know what his bag is. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, a lot of different
I,
genres.
so I put
Is
the years on my. So I ranked my movies, but then I put the year they came out next to them, and then also like my rating. But even the years, like for my ratings at least, like it's all over the place. So it's not really like
Yeah.
he like peaked at a certain time or something like
Yeah,
that.
for sure. Kind of
Definitely.
hits like highs and lows, different movies, different ideas. Well, let's get into these two before we get into some rankings, but I'm curious about the rankings. I want to know. But Apollo 10 and a half, Space Age Childhood, and then we'll
yeah,
talk some Hitman after. But the third animated movie, we were all dreading it. Here it is.
Yep. Here it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question, just really quick. I'm gonna start off the gates pretty hot on this. But if Richard Linklater didn't make this and his name wasn't attached to it, would people like this movie?
Yeah, I would.
Why?
I don't know,
It's a
because I
dude
remember
with
liking
the
this one a
longest
lot.
intro. It's a 90-minute intro. Oh, there I
Yeah,
am, and then it just goes through his fucking thing, narration for 90 minutes
yeah.
or
It hits
more.
a point where I'm like, I'm not sure what this movie is about. like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I also
like
felt that way.
I like because I remember loving it because it was just like, oh man, this feels like nostalgia, and man, he's transporting us back to this time, and the animation's all right. Um, but then yeah, this watch, I was like, dude, I'm lost. Like, I don't really care about this kid at all, or
Mm,
like,
Dang,
I
I
don't
had the
know.
opposite reaction. This is my
Oh
second
yeah.
watch too, and it improved on rewatch for me. Strangely,
really?
so, yeah, I liked it.
Hmm.
It's a feel good movie. You're a hater if you don't like this movie. I'll just call it out right
I mean,
now.
I put it down as
It's
like an
not a feel
okay
good.
movie.
What's
It's
feel good
definitely the
about it?
best of like his animated movies. I'll give him that. But like
Yeah, yeah.
still, I feel like it's pretty mid. Like I felt like it is a feel good movie, but like I don't
Mhm.
know. I kind of felt like it was just fine.
Yeah,
You know, kind of like
Yeah.
definitely more
Me and
vibes.
Orson Welles for me. Like it was kind of just okay. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
really bad. Wasn't really good.
Yeah.
It was kind of fine.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
thought it was.
It's so
I kind of dug the vibe this time around more so than the first. Because first I was just like, oh yeah, that was fun, that was cute, whatever.
Mhm.
But this one, I mean, after watching Waking Life too, and A Scanner Darkly, which doesn't really need animation as much, this one
Yeah.
I think comes back home a little bit, where it's like, yeah, I can see why this one's animated. Because
Oh,
it is
totally.
more of like a
'Cause it's
daydream fantasy, childhood
Yeah.
fantasy.
Yeah.
Kind of works
I was
for me.
definitely thinking
Reminiscent.
that too, like when I was watching it, because like of the three movies, this one was probably the only one that I don't know. I felt like needed to be animated because like it would be way easier to do this animated stuff in like space. Rather, well, I don't know. I guess you could just do that with practical effects. I don't know. I don't know.
Star
Like
Wars did it.
I don't fucking know, man. Like I guess
In the
like it is.
70s.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
No,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying though. It fits the vibe. It fits the vibe for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
More so than others.
Yeah.
But
I
I
feel
don't know.
like
Yeah. Just dragged on.
Linklater in Dreams, like he explores this stuff a lot, with this, especially with the animated stuff.
So I looked up about this one
So
too.
it kind of
This
fits.
one's also supposed to be like loosely based on Linklater's life, and I'm just
Oh,
like, for one, how many movies can be based on Linklater's life? And like,
All of them.
also, how can they be like this different? Like, because like I don't know, this and like Boyhood don't really mesh for me.
Yeah.
Like as
Or
far
like
as like Linklater's upbringing. So
what
like
is it?
I don't know.
I
Suburbia
mean,
and
this one
stuff.
seems pretty yeah, they're all kind of just like snapshots of times and like
Mhm.
the vibe of the time that he's in or like his thoughts and feelings. But I guess Boyhood, yeah, is kind of
Yes,
close.
that's
But this is
true.
the first time that he explores like young childhood, I'd say. But Boyhood actually is kind of the whole point of it, I guess. But
Yeah.
because most other stuff, he starts with Slackers and then moves forward in time, through his adult life mostly. Gets
Yeah.
to like
He's
finally
like
gets to like
growing.
old age with Last Flag Flying. He's kind of like reaching back now. It seems like with this
Man,
one.
even the before movies
Yeah.
are like loosely based on his life. Which I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah,
like, I don't know,
so
yeah, do your shit, like, based on your life, I get it, but, like, I
the
don't know,
writer.
shit, like, a lot of it is based on his life, now that I'm, like, kind of thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like that's if we
Well,
can
I guess
say
he has, like,
anything
20
about
fucking movies, so, like, how many can really be based on his life? But yeah,
I don't, that's what I was gonna say. Like his voice is definitely prevalent through all of them. For most
yeah.
of them, I would say.
Yeah.
Where it's like, yeah, this feels like Linklater speaking to us.
Yeah.
Especially the ones where there's heavy
Yes.
monologues like Tape and the Suburbia and Slacker and stuff like that.
Yeah. People just spewing philosophy at you.
To
Right.
be honest, I
Right.
don't really have much more to say about this movie.
Wow.
I didn't take
It's
notes
pretty
on either of these
good.
movies. I kind of just watched them because I was like, we're in the fucking final stretch here, boys, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna
I
enjoy
think
these
some,
last two.
but definitely it's kind of same. I didn't really
Yeah.
take a lot.
Yeah, same.
I enjoyed. I
Hitman, I
think.
was like,
Yeah. I think
go ahead.
he kind of is like back on a high towards the end here of his career. Personally, for
Yeah.
me, like
Felt
Last Flag Flying's, it's a good movie. It's decent. But from there, I think he's gone uphill. Personally.
I think he ends so far. I
Wait,
mean, I loved
does that
Hitman.
include Where'd You Go, Bernadette?
Oh fuck no, that one we hit rock bottom, and now he's climbing up.
coming back, yeah.
He's clawing his way back up.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know. What? It's not just that it's animated. I just feel like we mentioned earlier with this movie, it just felt like what was the purpose besides for Linklater to be like, I remember when I was young and wanted to do NASA stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Okay.
most of it, I'd say. Honestly,
Yeah.
at a certain point, it kind of feels like the movie's just an experiment to animate old nostalgia clips and whatnot and like old media.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's like
But I
Which are
guess, like,
kinda
fun time in
like, when
Hollywood.
I
cool,
was
but
watching it, I was thinking, like, when I was a kid, I would probably, like, this movie because I was a fucking nerd. Like
For sure.
I like space and
And it brings you
I think-
back to a simple time. You know, it's just like simple living, kids. Brought me back to my childhood. Like simple,
Yeah.
I don't know, easy shit.
Yeah, I remember the first time watching, I was like, oh man, that was one of the main reasons I liked it the first time. I was like, oh man, just to like peek into the space age is cool, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool time.
Well, it's a cool
This-
time with the space age and a young person like going through that. But I
Yeah.
feel like I just feel like this one fits for me, I guess, with the dreaming aspect because it's like a kid's daydream going. It's like mixing experience with your personal reality, and when you're like trying to understand life, you kind of daydream into this fantasy of like I don't know. It's like a perfect scenario of how the NASA will need you to be this person. You know, it's
Yeah, I get you.
sometimes it doesn't add up as far as like where the plot is going and then cutting to this fantasy. It's kind of like a bit uneven, I'd say. But I feel like it fits. I thought it'd be kind of down on this movie watching it again, but strangely it got better for me. So I gotta sing the praise a little bit.
I don't think I'll ever be in that position. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. But
yeah, I
you
don't
know,
think I would either.
That's kind of how I felt too. Yeah. I was like,
I don't know why. I just don't like animated movies, and just the fact that I also felt like this movie didn't really have much of a purpose. It kind of this was like kind of like doubly.
Yeah. So
not
like, does
really.
it take place in like actually in that year? Because it's Jack Black like narrating. So like, also like, why
Yeah.
did Jack Black need to be in it? Why couldn't they just have the kid be the narrator?
That's in
Why
my
did they do
that's in
it?
my
Oh.
nitpicks.
I
okay.
have
Oh,
a
okay.
couple nitpicks too. That's why I'm trying not to say much because it might
Yeah,
jump
but we
in.
can get some
step in my
categories.
nitpicks
I just
category.
have
We're gonna start off with nitpicks.
yeah, right. I just have one question though before we get to the categories that popped in my mind watching Apollo 10 and a half. How many pinball machines do you think that Linklater owns?
Oh, dude,
a
it's his
good
basement.
question.
His basement's filled with them. He's got like a whole retro arcade style nostalgic basement going on. I think that's his deal.
Yeah, he's got at least
Even more
3.
importantly,
Yeah.
do you think he still pays for it and rigs it himself so he can feel that rush?
He's still trying that old button trick.
Yeah.
Sick. Yeah.
Shit.
Let's see what this says.
I kind of
According
get
to
the
publicly
love of
available
pinball.
information, Richard Linklater is known to own a significant collection of pinball machines, but the exact number is not readily available. Suggests he likely owns several dozen.
I was gonna say, bro's embarrassed about the amount.
Yeah, he's like, I can't count
But
them anymore.
why?
Well, that's pinball, bro.
It's cool.
I mean, he puts them in a lot of his
can.
movies. I think he's just a simple guy, man. He's a simple Texan, bro. He's just living,
Yeah.
playing some fucking pinball,
simple pleasures of life.
Yes, yeah.
watching the ball fucking go back and forth. All
Yeah.
right.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Should we get into some categories then? Did you guys
Yeah,
pick up a
let's do it.
theme here? Because I got a good one, I think.
Hit us.
Go for it. Yeah.
Take it away.
Okay, so I boiled it down to being a child is important. One, like you have to be a child and gain this experience. Obviously, this isn't everyone's experience, but this is like a childhood experience, you know? And it's important
Yeah.
to like experience this life. But also, like, they need a child. NASA needs a child. So, like, specifically, it's important for this kid to be this creative and this, like, imaginative at this time. So I feel like Linklater's just saying, like, you need to be a child and, like, you need to just live your life. I don't know.
Dream a
Is
little
it that
bit.
simple?
Need
Yeah.
to-
But that's why
I fuck with it. I fuck with it. I'm a big advocate for keeping your inner child alive. So,
Right.
yeah, I dig it.
What you guys
So
got?
like, yeah, I mean,
got-
I totally agree with that, but I don't really. Yeah, I guess like that's kind of what I would say. Keep your childlike wonder alive. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine was
I
just
think-
chase your dreams.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Mine was like, it's good to dream.
Yeah.
You know? Good to have dreams.
Again, it was hard for me to find like a purpose in this movie besides Linklater being like, I loved the late '60s, early '70s NASA stuff. Also, I love Texas, so
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
it was Linklater doing his Linklater shit.
Maybe
I
you
also
just need to
thought
live
the-
more in Texas, you know? Then it'll really
Yeah.
settle in. Like, you're like, you know what?
I have a lot of I don't like NASA, so maybe that's also why I didn't like this movie.
Oh
so.
yeah,
Oh,
you came into it soured. I see.
Yeah.
Just curious, what's your problem with NASA?
yeah.
Well, in this particular time frame, again, we're in the. I don't want to step on my nitpicks, but this is one of my. I won't say what the part is, but at this particular time, 70 billion of our tax-paying dollars went to fund NASA in this space research. Nowadays, it's only 0.4% of government funding goes to NASA, but it's still 25 billion on average a year. For what? We haven't sent a person to the moon since 72. What are we doing? 44% of that funds is for people exploring space. So like,
Right.
where's that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bitter taxpayer.
No, that's
Whatever.
fair. Where's
Fuck
that
the
going?
government.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, I guess I know a couple things. One, NASA doesn't only just do space research; they just do like
I know.
scientific research of any kind.
Yeah.
And then also on the International Space Station, those are all just like scientists because they can do space like tests in space, and it's like basically just
Yeah.
You're saying that the
scientific
International
station.
Space Station costs money, dude?
It's basically just for scientific research.
Don't believe it.
But like I don't know. I
They
mean,
they like cycle out the
realistically,
teams up there and
Yeah.
stuff,
so like
right?
I guess do you feel better about your government doing it or like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos doing it?
I would feel better just shutting
Fair.
that bitch down and putting my money towards something more important.
You don't want to go to space, dude? Shit.
No.
I want to live
No,
I
on
guess
Mars.
like look, I'm not. I guess like I'm just.
I see why you don't like this movie
So it
now.
would
That's all I
be
had to
in this
know.
situation if you stopped funding NASA, then it would be like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, and then
Yeah.
that's how you end up. There's like two different futures of space. In my opinion, there's like the Star Trek one and the Alien one. So like the Star Trek
But think about
one,
it this way. If it was Bezos or Musk, it would be their money and not mine.
that's a good point. But that's how you get the Alien version.
Yeah.
Where they
Corporations.
just
Sick,
stand out
dude.
in the universe and then they just own
Android.
literally
I'm
everything.
fucking ready.
Like,
I
No,
know my
yeah.
next job application. Hey.
Right. I get you, but like, what do you want the money to go to? Your roads? Good luck. It's not going to your fucking roads. I don't
No,
know.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
I just want it in my pocket. I want my money.
Oh yeah,
I
don't
don't
we
want
all?
to pay my government. Why do we pay
Yeah.
taxes? Because we're told to. All right, we bend over because we're told to.
Damn. So
Anyway,
this movie
I-
just
so-
awakened something.
We need
I see
another-
now. I see now that yeah,
Okay.
the anger,
we
the
need
the
a-
mistrust. Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
get it.
We need another tea party. We need to organize another throwing of tea in the Boston Harbor. That's what we need.
If it'll
Yeah.
work.
Send a message. People drink
Yeah.
tea still, right?
Yeah.
Some people do. I don't.
I drink
Fuck tea.
Maybe like a few
Oh,
I'm
times.
drinking tea right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll be somewhat
There you go.
pissed if there's a lot of tea missing in the economy, but I don't know if it'll have the same effect.
I think we should just throw all
Anyways.
tea in the sea and make one giant herbal brew. And,
Yeah.
you know,
We take a
that'll
sip.
save our oceans. Yeah.
Chill out. Yeah. All sea life dead.
Sorry, that tangent. That's maybe why I don't really care for
I
what's
see.
happening in the movie because I don't. NASA.
You'll vibe with
NASA
NASA.
stands for never a straight answer. So
Yeah.
fuck
right.
those guys.
Well, maybe it would be different if you grew up in '69. You know, maybe you'd be like you'd buy in.
Probably.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
When,
Well,
when
let's move on
time machines get
to
built.
a simpler time with the favorite shot. Did you guys have anything for this one?
I just put all the space stuff, and maybe because I just like space. But like, I don't know, not a specific shot. I just liked any scene that was in space.
was-
or just training. I didn't mind the training.
Yeah,
shot.
there was one where they like shot his rocket up and it's showing him traveling to the moon, and it was like a real
Yeah.
wide shot of like him leaving the Earth and all that stuff. I thought that was pretty neat.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that they included like the Earthrise, being a big thing. Pretty cool.
I had the TV show title shot where it's just like every TV show title from the time is like popping up on the screen and kind of like layering over itself.
That was
All
cool.
all the like old media stuff was really fun, but I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
I don't
Joe,
know. I
you got
randomly put when they're like at the very beginning when they're like throwing down like the pictures for him in like the basically like first interrogation, but that was just because I thought that they were like mannequins in the pictures because it wasn't really that clear because it's animated. So like I don't actually know if that was supposed to be like that or not, but that's what I wrote down.
I mean, you got to admit though that the animation's better in this one, right? There's like not
Oh,
any
100%, yeah.
jitter. It's
Right.
kind of nice.
It's
Like it's pretty
definitely better.
pleasing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This animation is
fun.
definitely the best of the three.
For sure.
I'll give it that.
Doesn't hurt to watch. Like some of the
Yeah.
others.
All right. Favorite quote? I have one that was early on in the movie. It's when they're first like kind of talking to the kid, trying to get him on board. It's Glenn Powell.
Mhm.
He says, he's like, "How could this have happened?" or whatever. He's like, "Listen, are you good at math? Yes. Do you get a perfect 100 on every test? No. Okay." he's like
That's funny.
backing it up. He's kind of angry.
Yeah. That's funny because that was
Good.
part of the quote that I picked was the beginning of that where we accidentally built the lunar module too small, but we're not going to let that set us back, which brought me back to my rage of like, of course they're not. Let's throw some more money at it. Taxpayers don't give a shit. Anyway, but that was my quote.
Yeah.
Was
It was
the beginning
supposed to
of
be
your quote.
silly because they would never need a
Yeah, I know.
child to. Yeah.
I did like how he backed it up and he was like, did you get a perfect 100? That did
Yeah, that
tickle
was
me a
fun.
little bit.
That was fun. Glenn Powell,
good.
pretty good in it. Liked him.
Yeah.
He was pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Any other quotes before we get into some performances?
Ah,
I can't think of one
oh, shit.
specifically.
To be honest, I kind of just wanted this movie to go faster. Like, it's
Yeah.
fine.
It was
I just
really
like
slow-paced.
really, I don't know.
Well,
I think it hit the like 80-minute mark, and I was like, all right, I'm ready.
Yeah, like I'm like, when do we get back to him like throwing up in this fucking,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's all I really care about. I don't give a shit about this kid's life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have liked if there was more training of his. I would have liked to see more.
Really?
Yeah,
I
get
was
more,
all
like,
about the
Mom
life
and Mom
stuff, I
Todd
feel
with
like.
the kid.
Yeah. More intense
Well-
shit. Yeah.
to pad the quote category here, I did have another one. It's I guess I was what you'd call it fabulous, which is just a nicer way of saying you're a persistent liar. I like
Mm.
that. I was because this whole movie is just him being a fabulist. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Sure.
I like that. Yeah.
Best performance in the. I didn't really do research. I assume this is filmed, but maybe this one's all animated. I don't know. I should
no,
look
this
it up.
was filmed rotoscope.
I'm pretty sure.
Everything was
Okay.
filmed
There was
for the
some
most part.
CGI
Hmm.
for some stuff in the background, but everything else
Yeah.
was live action and then rotoscoped.
Cool. So I guess
That
best
makes sense.
performance, yeah, kind of shines through more than most animated movies. I had a two-hander. I said both parents, Lee Eddy
Okay.
and Bill Wise. I think they both
The parents
captured the
look
same
good.
energy, and they both kind of had like a two-hander. They were handing it off perfectly,
Yeah.
keeping you through the movie.
That-
So.
Yeah.
The mom was really good. Like when they're spotting hippies and they're like, "No, that's not a hippie," and they're like, "Well, she's got a skirt on or whatever," and she's like,
Bell bottom
"Oh,
for
yeah,
bell bottoms.
that's a hippie."
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think I like
Mine
hippies.
was Zachary Levi and Glenn Powell together as well. I really liked their duo. I thought they had pretty good
Really?
chemistry all
Yeah.
throughout
Yeah.
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I like their energy. I'm not a huge Zachary Levi fan, but yeah, that'd probably be my pick too, actually. They're the most I like wanted to see more of throughout the movie.
Mhm.
I felt like.
I don't know. I was gonna save it for the nitpicks, but there was just one thing that bothered me about them because they were the ones who showed up at the school and they're like interrogating this kid, but then you find out they just work at NASA. They're not like Secret Service agents or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're just NASA dudes.
There's like a
But
couple
they're like
dudes that are
interrogating
like,
this
we
kid
can
in
go
the
get a
fucking
kid.
back room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're
Yeah.
like dealing with his like training, and then they're just like in the fucking control room, and I'm just like,
Hmm.
why are these guys doing everything? Like, don't they
It's a
have other people to do
child's
this for them?
imagination, right?
I
Just write
know,
it
but,
off.
like, I don't know. it's
No,
just-
that's good. That's a good call.
I don't know. So,
It's
like,
almost like, well, how is he getting away with doing all this training and nobody knows about it? Like, what does his parents think he's doing while he's being
Yeah.
launched
Yeah.
into space for tests or
Right.
in the jungle? Shit
Yeah.
He's
like
just
that.
sleeping in his bed, and somehow he's like
Yeah.
going to training. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I'd probably give it to the parents, but I
yeah,
mean,
I thought
like,
they were fun.
they were good.
Yeah, they're
Like
good.
Glenn Powell and Zachary Levi were both good too. I mean, they
I like
were
Glenn Powell.
probably- They were at the top.
Yeah.
We'll talk later. But best scene? What do you guys have for best scene in this one?
if I had to pick one, it's between their 4th of July celebration or him going through all the spacemen of that era. I don't know. That was like another moment where I was like, oh man, this is just cool. These were like the heroes of the time, you know?
Yeah.
But I like the 4th of July just because there was like the one kid who's like, yeah, he's just got really good at blowing shit up.
Yeah, he's got like the
Firing
science
stuff
kit
out
or
the
whatever.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, one of those two, I think, for me.
Nice.
I enjoyed the driving in. The dad cracks open the beer, throws it on the floor. He's like, "That's the difference between white trash and redneck." You know, but white trash will just throw
Yeah.
it out the window.
Yeah, so we're
So we're
rednecks.
rednecks?
No, we're gonna
No,
pick them
no,
up
you're
when
gonna
we
pick
go
it
up.
up when we get them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
good
Alex,
distinction.
are you like
Good. If only.
so
Do
like
that
in
now.
this era in real life, do you think that NASA actually went to the moon? Or are you
No.
like gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
Sort of like
Full
did they-
non-believer.
I
It
mean,
was an
but
economic
like I think
ploy.
it's just like kind of funny because like even if they did go to the moon, they still spent all this fucking tax money
Exactly.
on NASA.
Yeah.
That's what boils my blood the most is like I know like when they said they fucked up the size of the thing, I 100% believe that that would happen. And no, it's just and how is the president making a phone call to the moon? Maybe that's just a juvenile argument, but come on. I
Yeah.
live in the boonies and I'll show you right now. I turn off my Wi-Fi on my phone. I cannot make a call. I have satellite for my service, you know? So
Damn.
tell me, you got service on the moon? Bitches get service in my yard. Anyway,
Well, the technology was all lost.
I mean,
We can't
Yeah,
replicate
we
it.
can recover it.
Yeah.
I think it's like
but it's true. See, never a
It's
straight
kinda
answer
true.
from
They
NASA.
probably just had it,
All
like,
the
hooked up to
footage
his
is
phone.
gone magically. How do you get rid of the most important footage of the fucking 70s, 60s, 70s of American history and just be like, oh, lost the hard drive?
Yeah. Somebody brought it home
Yeah.
and just never returned it, dude. You know?
Yeah.
It's
They thought
fucking
it was
bananas.
their other hard drive, if you know what I mean.
Shit.
They destroyed it because they thought it was a
Yeah.
different hard drive.
Yeah. So yeah. I
You
don't
took an
believe we
axe
went
to
to the
the
moon, no.
to the original? Oh fuck.
Have we been to space? Sure, probably. But to the moon? No. Like I believe in space. I don't think the Earth is flat. I think that's a cool rabbit hole to go down.
Do you
I don't
think
think that
one
stuff.
do you think one day we'll
We
see
got a
Elon
fucking
Musk on the
planet.
moon?
Yeah.
I think that we will never go to the moon because see now we're just getting into it
Because
here.
we're got the Van
whole
Allen radiation belts. Yeah, yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
Wait, the
when
what?
Gus Grissom on
I'm wise,
Apollo
I'm
1
wise,
was
too.
like, we are
Yep.
decades away from ever having the right technology and resources to go to the moon, and then he suddenly dies. Well, like, if that's not a huge red flag, I don't know what is. A guy
I
who was
don't know.
firsthand experiencing the training and lead up to the moon landing, and he's like, yeah, this isn't gonna fucking happen. I don't know.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Well, I'm convinced. Honestly, no. I mean, I've gone down the rabbit hole though. Definitely. I'll just say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. For sure.
just like, yeah, we needed the uplifting spirit of like, oh, we won the space race. America got to win. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Beat the commies, because that's what life is all about. Am I right, boys? Am I
Exactly.
American
Hell
boys?
yeah. Hell yeah, America. Fuck yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's try to get back on track with this movie and fucking get through this, right? Okay, let's just
All
spear
I
right
Yeah.
through
hope I
this.
wouldn't be exposed
Category is
as a
category.
non-moon landing believer
Yeah,
this
honestly, like
episode, but
yeah, I liked like Hitman, but like yeah, let's just get through this.
Next
shit and get-
episode,
like
we'll get to 9/11, guys. Don't worry. Next episode,
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
get to
Oh
9/11.
yeah,
This
let's-
episode's about the
yeah,
moon
we
landing.
have-
Whole
Okay?
we
conversation.
have plenty of information.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just watch that fucking 5-hour documentary.
Yeah, trust me, I got the facts. I got the knowledge. Okay, what's the best? Wait, I didn't say best scene. Okay, mine was
Yeah.
the TV show scene when he's like describing like how you would just sit on the couch and like switch the channels and watch whatever's on. And like Saturday
Yeah.
night was like this horror movie or whatever, and I was just like, God damn, I
Fighting
love
over
TV.
channels and shit.
Yeah,
Or
Yeah.
I liked when
Just chill.
like the daughter like
Yeah.
changed the channel one time, and then the dad came back into the room. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And then like made her change it back.
yeah.
Wow.
A lot of good shit with the dad, especially when he
good
walks
shit.
in and just grabs the Playboys, doesn't say a word,
Yeah.
just like looks at the boys and then just walks out.
Yeah.
Fun moment. Okay, favorite prop or set? Not really tangible props, or sets, but
Let's just skip that one.
oh, I have
we
one.
need
I
the
have one.
footage of the moon landing. That's what I want.
You can
That's
see
what I
those
Yeah.
sets. They're about to fall over. God damn.
Stanley Kubrick. Fucking, yeah.
They showed 2001. It's a
Mhm.
hint. It's fucking clear. I had the food shots. The food shots are fun, where they're just showing like what they would make, and then specifically the Jello shot where they like flip it over and you see like it's like a fun animated idea. So that's mine.
Yeah. Some of those recipes, I was like, I feel like we had some of those recipes,
All right.
like the potato chip casserole or whatever, with like
Mhm.
ham and all that. I was like, that
Yeah.
sounds familiar. I feel like we've eaten that. I feel like I've tasted that. If I had to pick a favorite scene, I would just do the actual like moon launch. I just want to be there at the actual launch. I think that'd be sick. Just to experience it,
Oh yeah, 100%.
Cool. Yeah.
Looking over with everybody else with like the fucking cameras, right? It's Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. Binoculars, like watching it all the way.
Cape
Mhm.
Canaveral.
Yeah. Prop wise, again, give me any car from the 60s or 70s and I'm a happy man.
Easy go to.
Think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, double feature. What you guys got?
The Sandlot.
Oh
That's
shit!
not bad.
I didn't
Yeah.
think about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like kind of like a spiritual successor in a way, almost. Now that
It feels like
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
got super Sandlot vibes when I was watching it,
Whoa.
especially when the voiceover like started when it did the freeze frame. But
Wow,
Yeah.
I didn't even make that connection. That's crazy.
It's good.
Yeah. Well, mine's Transformers: Dark of the Moon, boys.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
All
also,
right. All right.
it just also revolves around a child fantasizing about the moon. This one's just Michael Bay. So that's the connection.
Fuck yeah.
He's got the inner child going
That's
still.
So you guys got any other ones?
Joe mentioned Armageddon in a
Oh
way.
shit! Actually, yeah.
Why not, dude? Just
Like,
get the fucking intense space version of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, Michael Bay.
Two Michael Bay movies. Yeah.
it
Yeah, it
connects.
all comes together. Yeah.
Is
What other
Michael Bay a
Bays
child?
have we got?
You know,
Oh yeah. In a
I
man's
see it in the
body.
films. Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Is that who we're
Yes,
going
sir.
over next? Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. Fuck yeah.
Hey.
Be a fun dive. Be fucking intense. Okay, well, who would you
Yeah.
recast? This is where I just Zachary Levi. I don't. You could have had a way more interesting NASA dude. Like I like Glenn Powell. I
Yeah.
think he did his shit. He played the role. And I guess if you're just looking for milk toast, white boy, Zachary Levi's your guy. But like, I want a little bit more on that milk toast. You know what I'm saying? Just a little spice.
A little cream dry beef, if you know what I'm saying.
Something. Yeah.
It's a depression era meal.
I'll take that over Zachary Levi. I'll take a depression era meal, please. Like, you guys got any recasting though in this one?
I wasn't a huge fan of the boy. Also, Jack Black's voice was
Yeah.
very distracting.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
I would
Different
say
narrator.
one or the other.
Yeah.
Either get rid of Jack Black and have the kid narrate, or
Yeah.
get rid of new kid, or both.
Or just have adult Jack Black playing a kid with the
There
family,
you go.
talking
There
like
you
a
go.
kid.
Isn't that
though.
what he's doing
No.
in the new Minecraft movie though?
It's I think something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looks like it. Well, my nitpick for moving on, it is a bit weird that adult Jack Black is narrating a young person's mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
most
just
jarring
like
thing.
when you think about it, you're just like, wait a minute, what? I guess Jack Black's kind of like an okay guy to like do it because he's got that childish side. Like if it was like if it was more Sandlotty, probably be worse.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's also he's talking in the first person, right? So it's like just strangely like it's a strange decision. Yeah.
It is.
Connecting.
Yeah. My nitpick besides, stuff like that would be back on this NASA shit. Linklater, in his history, it seems that he is pretty anti-establishment. For a guy who is super that, I feel like he would hate on the idea of this more.
Yeah.
Personally. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, in Last Flag Flying, it was all about how you can't trust your government and what is they using the military for? What are they lying about? What can you trust? That kind of stuff. So I feel like this kind of falls in that same ballpark. So it feels a little bit weird, but
I see that.
I mean, I get it. It was an exciting time, and I'm sure he was probably excited when it was happening, and he didn't know it at the time because he is a kid, and then he learned later on in life that, oh, maybe I shouldn't trust my government as much. But anyway,
Yeah.
that was my nitpick. Also,
Eh.
that this movie really didn't seem to have a purpose. So, like, it felt
Yeah.
like the longest intro to any movie ever. And, like, the intro just kept going and going. And 50 minutes into the movie, we're finally back to that freeze frame. So,
Right. Yeah.
anyway.
That's probably my biggest
Yeah.
nitpick is like
And
the
he's like, "We'll get back to this after
Yeah.
I explain some shit," but it was like unnecessary anyway. Like,
Right.
to derail yourself.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
moving through the current plot is I feel that it's kind of weird, and it's like, wait a minute, what part? What
Yeah.
did we move past where we were supposed to be? And I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of
Right.
strange.
It did feel a bit choppy, not choppy, but like confusing towards the middle of it because I'm just like, what timeline are we on right
Yeah.
now?
Which
Yeah.
launch
Like,
was this?
where's
Like,
the freeze
Yeah,
frame?
just bring
Yeah.
in
You get
animated
lost a
Bruce
little bit.
Willis. Wait, yeah, and Ben Affleck, and get some
animated
guys
Bruce Willis?
to
What the
drill
fuck?
some shit.
Alright. I'm down.
Do a
I'm in.
training montage, possibly underwater.
Okay. Any more
gonna watch
nitpicks or? Yeah, it's been a while.
Too long. Been too long.
For clever girl, you guys have anything?
Oh yeah, my
or-
nitpick was I had already said it about the them being the people for everything, the NASA guys
Mm.
when they I don't know, they
Yeah.
just
Fair.
Yeah.
clever girls. I don't really think I have one.
My clever girl would just be. I think he nailed the nostalgia part for sure. I felt transported back to the time. I was just like, damn, this is
Yeah,
definitely probably how it felt to be back then.
Yeah,
for sure.
It makes you want to be a part of it. At least it made me. I was like, I want to travel back and like live this. This seems so cool.
I want to play baseball in the street. God damn it.
Yeah.
Again.
I think I
Want to
think I would
steal
say
construction sites and build random shit.
Absolutely.
showing the space launch through the TV, like on our screen, I thought that was
Mm.
kind of neat.
That was cool.
It makes you
Yeah.
feel like you're there experiencing it with them, type of thing,
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
being like you're there at the actual
Yeah, like
launch.
showing you
like any
live.
other-
Yeah. Mm.
Right.
Yeah, it's good. It brings it back to like the main story, I guess, with the family and whatnot.
Right. How most people
Um,
experience it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mine was just I liked the animating of all the historical video. Like to me, some of those images are just. I mean, I love movies, but like even like the Kennedy speech, stuff like that is just really cool. I mean, the animation's come a
Mm.
long way, so I think it adds to it. Like Wizard of Oz and shit. I'm just like, dude, maybe I could watch an entire movie animated, like that way. Like it's just pretty good looking in my opinion, and kind
Yeah.
of feels like the genesis for the project, like the whole point. And then the other one is just a small one, kind of what you're saying, Noah, just like felt transported. There's like a little plot flavor moment with the older kids, and they have like the perfect pinball move. And I'm like,
Yeah.
just including that little note added a lot for me to understand like what age this kid's at, and like the relationship to society and stuff like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
Nice.
Okay, could a
Sure.
TikToker watch this, guys?
probably.
I would lean
Yeah.
yeah.
I said I think 6
I
out of
would
10
say yeah.
TikTokers could watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just
I think that's
because it's
fair.
animated and it's like narrated and chopped up enough to where it's like kind of stimulating enough, although the pacing does drag ass a little bit for me, but
Yeah.
maybe that's
Feel that.
because I'm not a TikToker. So
Yeah. Also, is about youth
I'm gonna
in
start-
it, so I think you can have ins that way.
yeah, a little bit
I'm
more
gonna start
relatable.
rating my TikToker ones like that out of 10.
6
I
out
don't
of
know,
10
I feel like
TikTokers.
How many
that's a good
Yeah.
mix.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Just like a
6
doctor
out
or
of
like a
10
dentist.
TikTokers
Yeah.
could watch it.
6 out of 10 TikTokers recommend this movie.
Uh,
Yeah. And you have like the kids don't understand shit these days, so to see something in the past when they were young is like, oh my god, the
Yeah,
TV only
I
had
thought
3
about that too. It's like
channels.
this time might actually capture their interest a little bit too.
Yeah, it's like,
So,
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What, you lived like this? What?
Yeah.
You could
What's
drink and
the
drive.
antenna
Fuck
for?
yeah.
Bro, I wish we could still drink. That'd be fucking awesome. Anyway, yeah. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it. No, cut that out. You can cut that out.
This
Well,
is the
here in
most
Texas,
revealing
they just
podcast.
put tape over the straw and send you on your way.
Tape over the straw.
So yeah, like if you get a daiquiri through one of the daiquiri drive-throughs around here, they just slap tape over a straw so you don't drink it in the car.
Wait,
Mm,
there's a
that'll
daiquiri
stop.
drive-through. Can we backtrack this like a couple steps, please?
What
Fuck
the
yeah,
fuck?
there's a daiquiri drive-through. Frozen
Yeah,
daiquiris.
Well, like, I guess that's
that's
Yeah.
sick. There was a place in Kenosha that did the same thing. You
No
could
way.
just drive through like liquor store.
Hmm.
Fucking crazy,
Oh,
but
yeah, we have drive-through liquor stores. I mean, we're in
Yeah.
Dry County, so you have to go across the bridge to get hard liquor, but you can get
Mm.
beer and shit around here.
yeah.
But yeah, there's drive-through daiquiris.
Well,
And
I,
I mean-
gotta try it.
I am pretty
You
sure
go
that
through
like
the
there are
Brookshire
states,
station and ask for a six-pack. They'll just hand it to you through the window.
and like I think there are states where like people can be drinking in the car as long as like the driver's not drunk. I
Right.
think.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
Which
to also
Joe, send
put
me
it
a
in
list of these
perspective,
states, man.
I don't. I can look it up.
No, I'm
We
not. I
were
just mean,
driving-
I'll be moving.
we went to the Houston Aquarium, and on our way back, we were on like a four-way or a four-lane highway. I mean, granted, it wasn't like speeding highway because there was stoplights, and at a stoplight, this man jumped out of his truck, went to the back of his truck, grabbed a Michelob Ultra out of his cooler, and got back in the driver's seat. So I'm like, in the middle of the four-way, like, okay.
Priorities, man. Priorities.
So
We're just built
apparently-
different here in Texas, so
In
Weird.
Mississippi,
Apparently.
you can. The driver and passengers can both have open containers of alcohol.
Dude,
The driver
Mississippi.
can't be over 0.08.
I drove through
Ah.
Mississippi to get to Texas one time and stayed at a hotel. Not my choice. And after that hotel visit, I was like, the state I'm never coming back to again is Mississippi.
That bad?
It's the worst
Mississippi.
state in the
Yeah.
fucking country.
And then there's like a bunch. It says Arkansas, Connecticut, Delaware, Missouri, Rhode Island, Tennessee, and Virginia. They can have open containers, but the driver cannot. And then there's like some states, I guess, that just have like their own laws. So I guess in Tennessee, passengers can drink, but the container just has to be out of reach of the driver. And I don't know what the fuck that
Okay.
means. Like, what the
Yeah.
Reach back and make
Just
sure
if you get pulled over, just be like, "Here, take
Yeah.
this shit." Like,
Put it in the back
as
pocket.
far
Out of reach,
away
out of
as
reach.
possible. Like,
Fuck.
Yeah.
Nice law. Nice workaround.
That's good. Yeah.
wait, that's in Tennessee.
I guess. Yeah.
I didn't know Tennessee. I didn't know Tennessee did that. Cool.
Nice of them there.
Noted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the last time I was there,
Definitely.
that's what we did. All the passengers cracked beers as soon as we got like within range of our Airbnb, and everyone's like, "Is this even legal?" Guess what? It was, bitches. As long as the driver
Okay.
couldn't get their hands on
Just stay away from the driver.
it.
Yeah.
Give me a sip now and then.
Yeah. Okay, let's finish this bad boy and move on to Hitman. We're in the sequel,
Yeah.
prequel, and remake, right? I said sequel.
Yeah.
Think like a not so hopeful but still kind of cheery family reunion with 100 fucking family members because that family's so big. I'm there.
I can
Yeah, I
see
can
that.
see that.
Yeah, I don't think
I'd say
remake. Nah.
Nah.
Yeah. No remake. Prequel would be just a different time completely. So
Mhm.
Remake it, just not animated.
hey,
that's what I
okay.
was gonna say.
This movie would be worse not animated. You
I-
really think
I
it would be
agree.
better?
Definitely, yeah.
Would it?
I don't know
No,
if it
I'm
would.
just fucking around. I don't know. I really don't.
I'm
I
just
don't want any
saying.
of these options. So like, that's just
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Well, you got
If
it,
I had to
dude.
pick one, it would be remake for sure.
Remake, really? What would you do
Oh
different?
yeah.
Not animated, and take out
Yeah.
like 90% of the narration, and like mash the vibe of Sandlot and the fucking Stand By Me, mash that kind of vibe together, mixed with going to space. Bingo.
Yeah, it's like 4 kids, and one of them
Yeah.
like commits suicide on the moon and opens his helmet.
Dude,
Right, yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere.
They're
No,
looking
it's-
for a body on the moon. Now we're
Yeah.
talking.
Whoa.
And they play baseball.
Fucking
on the
sci-fi
moon.
twist.
It's just like
Hell
a
yeah.
creek, or like a creek, like flowing on the moon.
Just one creek. You discovered water.
With like a bunch of trees around.
Multiple levels that changed those kids' life on multiple levels.
Some train tracks.
Yeah. Whoa,
That's
man.
a coming of age story for humanity. Am I
Literally just
right?
like Stand By Me, but on the moon.
I haven't seen Stand By Me actually. This is, I know, it's kind of crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
It's on my
Yeah.
it's on my
Holy
list.
shit.
Yeah,
Good one.
it's a blind spot for
Oh,
sure. But you're telling me that they find a dead body. That's okay.
Yeah.
Now I know
Well,
what
that's
I'm
the
in
whole
for.
premise. The book is the short story it's based on is called The Body.
I feel like I know everything about that movie now. I just haven't watched it, honestly.
Yeah, I
all
feel
right.
like so many things have like homage.
Oh
that
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
So many
Definitely.
references and shit.
The Stephen King adaptation too, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be fucking good.
It's gonna be interesting at least.
Yeah.
Okay, how many stars you guys landed on for Apollo 10.5? That's a dose.
Ooh.
We did
I got
3. Yeah. I was at 3.5.
It's a
so I went
4-banger,
down.
boys. I bumped it up.
Oh,
Four.
shit.
A 4-banger? You kidding?
This
Yeah,
this is a
I actually
feel
was also at 3.5, and I dropped it
feel
down
good
to 3.
movie.
Yeah.
This movie makes you feel good, and you know what? I want to feel
Yeah.
good.
That's fair. I
I
can't.
do
Hey, I
too,
can't.
but
I can't.
I'm not gonna watch this movie to feel it.
So let me ask you guys this: would you go to space?
No.
Yeah.
I guess where are we
I would.
going? Just to the moon?
Well, okay. So what if like the world was ending and we had to go to space? Would you
Well,
stay or would you go to
Yeah.
space? You would go.
Do I get to sleep in a cryo sleep for 1,000 years, or what's the vibe? No, you gotta
Sure,
stay awake, and
guess.
you're just like with other.
I don't know. That doesn't last for.
Which
I don't know
moon?
what the fucking situation is.
Is it one of Jupiter's moons? Because yeah.
Because
Oh, I don't know.
I
I'll
fuck
fuck
with
around.
Jupiter's moons. Some of that shit,
Yeah.
that's gonna work.
I'm trying to meet the Navi. Okay.
That's what. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, is that
Okay.
where they're at?
No, isn't it
Yeah.
farther?
Is
I
it?
thought
it
they
was
were like
farther.
in a different fucking galaxy or some shit.
Maybe. I thought it was one of
Okay,
Jupiter's
maybe
moons.
it's
It's Pandora.
It's
Honestly, I
Pandora.
still haven't seen the second
okay.
Avatar.
What? Bro,
Yeah,
check it
I
out.
kind of just like didn't really.
You're not
like
missing
Like
anything.
I don't really care about those movies. Like
You're not missing anything,
This
Joe.
is,
Don't let
this is
these
hater
two
mentality. I have
tell
to
you.
combat every fucking
I don't know.
time.
I just like look. I'm just saying, like it's kind of a rip off anyway. Like I don't.
Oh, it's a ripoff of
Man.
Pocahontas. Yeah, okay. You want to watch Pocahontas, Joe? Watch Pocahontas.
Yeah, you think Disney did it better?
I'm just saying, like I don't really give a fuck. You can try hard and keep making some
Isn't
fucking
Avatar
unobtainium.
owned by
I
Disney
don't know,
though?
man.
It is
What?
now,
Oh,
right?
yeah. You're right.
See, there you go.
Nah,
So Disney
they're
just
good
rehashing their
movies.
same bullshit.
They're
Disney on
good
their fucking
movies.
bullshit.
God damn, bro.
They're
You're
not
right.
good. They're not good,
But
Joe.
also,
Don't
Fucked up.
I
trust
don't
me.
think I would go to space either.
Mhm.
Me
Well,
neither. It's
You're
terrifying.
gonna
I don't think
wave
I
at
would
the
go.
asteroid as it comes at you, or what?
Well, I think you're
This is
like
Armageddon,
probably
dude.
because of climate
We gotta
change or
drill.
something, it's probably not an asteroid. So then people are just gonna leave, and then maybe everybody else can figure out a solution to fix the fucking planet.
No, this is end of the world, though. You can't twist it on me like that. We
I
gotta
don't know,
go.
man.
Yeah, you set up these guidelines, and
You
now
can't
you're
just be like,
saying,
yeah, we should really
I'm just
leave.
saying, in our like in present day, if we had to fucking go to space, I'm staying just because like that is for sure the alien future, and I don't want to be just like a slave somewhere in space, like on a fucking mining colony that where I'm living to fucking 30 and
nah.
40, and I'm gonna fucking die because like I can't breathe out of my fucking lungs anymore. I'm just gonna
No,
die here where I can't breathe out of my lungs anymore,
Yeah, well, there you
Yeah,
go. That's fair.
man.
or from nuclear radiation or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
you're looking
whatever
at it
the
wrong, bro.
cataclysm
It's the
is, yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy situation, where you just get,
Oh,
You're on a
Yeah.
wild
Sure.
ass ride, dude.
Gone.
Right,
I'm the
right.
only human left.
Oh, yeah. Why not at
Yeah,
that point?
you're experiencing the full universe at that point.
Yeah, actually,
I dig that.
if it was that, I
Yeah.
would definitely leave. Yeah,
Mm.
that would be crazy.
Yeah,
Just
that's
because
some
I
wild
kind of
shit.
like that, like those books too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
Like
love
it's
those
fucked up,
books.
but
Books
it's
are
also
amazing.
like goofy. Like,
Mhm, mhm. Just a dine at the restaurant at the end of the universe, man.
yeah,
Be awesome.
The things you'd
No,
see.
yeah, I would go to the International Space Station on some real shit. I would go and just like hang out in the International
Yeah.
Space Station. I think that'd be cool as hell.
Yeah.
Just to float
I don't
around for a
know.
little bit.
Yeah, I don't want to stay for like weeks, but if you give me like a couple days
Right.
or something, or a day or two, I'd probably go.
Yeah.
I would have to
Like
read
drink water.
the safety manual, obviously, of the ship, and be like,
sure.
"Oh, how legit
Yeah.
is this? You know,
Yeah, yeah.
How legit is
what's the probability that this thing's gonna explode?
Yeah.
Well,
you
just
know?
think about
It's
it
the
this
emergency
way.
protocol.
Yeah.
I'm sure their quality is about the same as Boeing, so if that puts any comfort into you,
Oh God,
I
Not
wouldn't trust it, my man.
really, but yeah. No,
You
I
mean,
mean,
dude.
You mean like 50% of the planes you fly on, like commercially?
yeah. It's a
Oh,
small percentage, but the
I
percentage is
drive,
not
partner.
zero.
I try to
Right?
There,
avoid
yeah.
flying.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember we met somebody who worked on one of the Apollo missions in Wisconsin a while ago. He was just like in the control room, and he talked about how they basically like were flying by the seat of their pants. They were like, yeah, the aloe used would just burn up completely upon reentry into the atmosphere. So we just painted it with like a lead paint, and it survived. And we got like, that's how we did it. So
It worked.
it's like
Yeah.
they are, it's a little jerry rigged sometimes. So
There's
I don't
always
know.
corners being cut, right?
Mhm, mhm. In the name of progress.
Right. Right. Yeah, that's it. No, I
Yeah.
mean, we'll see. Do you think Elon Musk, you think you're going to see a day when Elon Musk steps foot on the moon?
No,
Like himself?
I doubt it.
I do
I don't
not
think he
Yeah.
think
wants
we
to
will
go to.
ever go to the
I
moon.
think he wants to go to
Right.
Mars.
You think he'll the same?
I don't
You think
think
he'll be on
he's.
Mars?
I don't think he'll ever go to the moon. Personally, I think
I think
because
he's
all he talks about for like SpaceX shit is Mars, not
What about Mars then? You think you're going to see the day?
maybe. Probably not him because like
right.
he's not coming back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so maybe by that lets because the world will probably just be fucked and he'll just leave and go to Mars.
I feel like he's a meme. He's
The don't look
memeable
up.
enough that he'll do it himself. You know, like he's got to
Maybe.
do it. I don't know. I feel
Maybe.
like
I think
I feel like we'll see it.
I'm
We'll call
calling it
now.
out. He's too big of a coward. I don't think he.
He can't. He
he's-
won't make the trip. Yeah.
I think he's like, I got my money here. Now he's in like the White
Got
House and
my
shit. So it's like,
20 kids. They need me. I
Yeah.
think. Right.
damn, does he really have 20 kids?
He's got a lot of kids.
Got a lot.
Holy
Yeah, lost
shit.
track. I think he's lost track. Honestly.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Let's move
Yes,
into
I'm done.
Hitman. Right.
Yeah.
Let's
do
get
it.
in here.
Fucking A, I just want to get to the rankings.
We got one more. Got to wrap it up. Number 21 came out this year for all intents and purposes, I'd say.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm going to say it now. If you judge a movie as like it came out 2023 because it came out at a festival, fuck you, man. That's it. You know? That's all I got to say
Amen.
about the matter.
Wait, what?
Amen.
Snobby fucking film.
Straight
people.
up, man. Straight up. Like, you think you. Well, I saw it in 2023. Well, that's great. The bulk of the world didn't. Okay?
Exactly.
So it's a
I went to
2024
Sundance.
movie. Yeah. Congrats, man.
Good
So
for
this
you.
So this review that you're doing about this movie in 2024 or whatever, it's technically this movie. It's for like 10 people. So fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Amen.
with like
Anyway,
the
sorry
knowledge
guys.
too that you've seen this movie
wait.
ahead of time. It's like, so I know better. I know about this movie. My
Yeah.
opinion on this movie beats anyone's opinion who comes after this.
I just had to let you know that I did see it at this festival way early. Just had to let you know right now is
Yeah.
fuck. All right. Sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to let
You're
it out
the
like
worst.
this.
If
but-
you're watching our podcast, tune out now. You are not our audience.
Go to that other fucking guy. I don't want to see your ass. Like,
Yeah,
ugh.
go watch Smartless. No.
I don't want to drop names. I'm not. I got a bit heated there, but it's just how it is. Like, you need to be on the side of the biggest percentage. If you view it that way, just think about your audience, right? That's all I'll say. Okay.
Gotta be
Agree.
conscious. Gotta be conscious of the audience.
Anyways, Hitman. I'm sorry, you got that was my tangent for the night. I'm sorry. Okay. Anyways, I
I'm
watched
with
this
ya.
movie this
Film
year
snobs.
because it came out this year on
Oh, dude,
Netflix.
you didn't watch it in 2023 at the festival? That's where I saw it.
Oh shit.
Fucking A. No. But so second time watching, me and Alex talked about it on this very channel.
We
You should
did.
find it somewhere. So yeah, second time for us. First time for both of you guys, right?
Yeah, I'd never seen it.
Get off your high horse, Matt.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
it's
gotta
not
find
funny.
find this horse somewhere, dude. Okay.
Sounds
Like,
very similar to some people we
Yeah,
were
it
just
sounds
hating
very
on.
similar.
guys, you could have watched this at the exact same time I did. It was on fucking Netflix.
True.
Okay.
It's true.
Yeah.
I watched it the
But-
day it dropped. Not to brag, but I
There you
did.
go. Fucking
You
you
sent
know,
out
first
a
To
big-
be honest, I did like it though. It was good. It was pretty solid.
Yeah,
Nice.
me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
I enjoyed it a lot more
Had a
than
good time.
last one.
Same.
It was
Yeah.
refreshing.
This one feels
Yeah.
like another mainstream-esque Linklater movie where it kind of like bridges like, oh,
Yeah.
anyone could pop this movie on and not even really know who made this and be like, that's a good movie, you know? Like,
Definitely.
Reminded me
Yeah,
a lot
definitely.
of Bernie. It just like didn't
Yeah.
have like the commentary from like the actual people. They,
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
The interviews.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Based on
like,
an article by the same guy. So
yeah.
That's why, yeah.
Yeah. Shit.
Kind of,
Also,
yeah.
this one was co-written with Glenn Powell, so that's interesting too.
That is
Cool.
interesting. Yeah. I guess only the before movies are really anything Linklater's done with the prime actor. So this is him dipping into the Glenn Powell hype, I guess.
Got some magic.
Yeah.
Got some writing chops.
Sure.
What do you think was Glenn Powell in this, and what do you think was Linklater in this? You know, like what's the Texas?
That's
That could be
that's
both,
interesting.
actually,
Well, they're
right?
both
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Texas, so
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know because like I would say the fact that he's like a psychology professor, I was gonna go for Linklater, but also that might be like Glenn Powell based on like because I mean he was reading like philosophy shit in Everybody Wants Some, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 but
I
again,
don't
that
know.
was Linklater's writing, so
Yeah,
True.
yeah,
Yeah.
But maybe he had an input on that character.
yeah.
Oh,
maybe.
little
I'm sure
fingers in there.
He did.
Like I would
Yeah.
probably say Linklater more.
It does
for the
feel like a
philosophy
Linklater
stuff.
thing because that's like his prime shtick is like, let me just get you into a classroom so I can talk at you about what I'm thinking for
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So maybe,
True.
maybe, but yeah, I could see Powell. I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to judge Glenn Powell, but like the machismo stuff, I don't know how far Linklater wanted to push this character into the super cool guy territory, but I feel like Glenn Powell maybe wanted to push it a little bit higher just to because he's leading man now or whatever. But
Yeah. That's what I was gonna say. It felt like Glenn Powell sort of made it his own too. Like it feels like Linklater's voice, but Glenn, I mean, he's the leading man, so
Yeah.
it feels very much like his time to shine and his whole. He's gonna like show up, you know.
yeah,
So-
definitely.
But yeah, I had a great time watching it too. This was a
It's good to hear. Let's go out on a high. Hell yeah.
Yeah. high tier Linklater for me.
And also like the fact that I don't know, it's like similar to Bernie, and it was also like based on a true story. I'm like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
like they're gonna get caught at the end, and then they just like didn't, and I'm just like, all right, that's
That's what I loved about this
badass.
movie, that they
Yeah.
fucking stuck to the bit and
Yeah.
like landed the bit. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Committed. You'd say they committed.
yeah,
Ding, ding,
very
ding.
good.
One
Yeah.
might say.
Yeah. Before we get into categories, I just want to make a note on Glenn Powell, but also this protagonist, because I really enjoyed this portrayal of this protagonist. Some things are pretty hard to believe in the performance. It's hard to go from like schlub to hero in any movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of feels not really believable. But something about this character has like edges, quirks, but enough skill and enough intelligence to like make the situations work his way. I don't
Yeah.
this one I haven't felt like this level of like believability in this outlandish premise. I don't know if that's just me, but maybe it's not
That's
believable.
fair.
Maybe it's silly. Like it is kind of.
correctly. Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
It's just like you don't think it was executed correctly.
No, I think it was. I think it was for the most part. I think it's just like, I guess like most other journeys for a character like this, where he's like kind of a loser into like a gun shooter fucking type guy. It's kind of like cut and dry and like, oh yeah, he's that guy. Now he's this guy. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
but this guy has like all these like facets. He is a loser, but like it just comes out of it in a more natural way that makes it believable. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
It
agree.
was hard to go from him talking about like bird watching, you know, to like
Yeah.
someone who's just gonna go like woo this girl on the dance floor, kind of. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. And also, like realistically, this is like how they started their relationship. Like it's kind of fucked up. And she like
Yeah.
didn't really know anything about who he actually like was as a person.
Right, doesn't even know his name.
And
Yeah.
then they like
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
it turns out to be like a good relationship apparently, but we don't really see those parts or why.
Yeah.
But they did
Yeah.
have good chemistry, I will say that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
also, I was more thinking that like I don't know what made it believable for me is the fact, like, again, that he's like a psychology professor and stuff, or like a philosophy professor. So like, I don't know, he's like getting in the people's heads basically. So he
Right.
just
Yeah.
knows how to like talk to them, kind of.
Mm.
Yeah. Adapting to the situations.
But like, yeah, he is like a pretty quirky and like nerdy guy to just like flip a switch like that and be like a cool guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It brought it back for me a little bit when it's like when he finds out she killed her ex-husband and you know the whole reveal that he's not actually this hitman. He's like, yeah, but I've never actually like killed anyone, you know. And he's
Mhm.
like, it comes back a little bit where it's like, okay, like yeah, he is this guy still, kind of a little
Yeah.
bit. It helps, like he gets there for sure.
Yeah.
But
The
first there
voice
was
work.
stuff that threw me off.
The voice work is somewhat hit or miss for me for Glenn Powell. It's
Yeah.
like when he tries to go a little too nerdy, it feels kind of wrong in ways, but it's
Yeah,
not bad.
fair enough.
But yeah, I just want to know. I just had that experience that like this is a harder journey to pull off so nicely, I guess, for this movie. And it's not clean cut. Like what happens, like we said, the ending is pretty. It's a kind of a different ending than most movies I've ever seen that have this type of journey or what happens to these characters.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So just like committing to it and following through with your character's journey and nicely done. Yeah, good movie. I liked it again the second time. Thought I might not like it as much. Liked it just as much, which is nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Cool.
Should we get into the categories? Start moving through.
Let's
You
Yeah.
guys have to
Let's
bring
do
up
it.
how you saw it before us, huh?
What's that? What's that? You salty over there, man. Shit. We've all seen the movie
Look,
now.
you're the one who brought up the fucking festival and shit.
Yeah, don't take the anger out of me. Just push it upward to them, dude.
Yeah. Yuppies.
I'm a middleman.
Yuppie fucks.
Okay, so what's the theme here? I bet he kind of states it pretty explicitly at the end of the movie, I'd say.
Yeah.
Seize
What
your
would that
identity.
be?
Seize the identity
Sure.
that you want. I think he's actually what he says for yourself. But I also said just fake it till you make it. Honestly, that's kind of what this
That's a good
movie is
one.
about.
In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I put commitment, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to the Seize Who You Are or whatever is, I would say it's like you have to figure yourself out to be able to be compatible with somebody else. So it's
Yeah.
similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. If you don't love yourself or know yourself, then you're never going to be in a solid, committed relationship.
Yeah, they form trust, and even as like the layers come down, like the lies and stuff, like they just form a new sense of trust, which
Right.
is interesting.
Like those people are still there, even though he was faking it. I mean, he is still there. He is still Ron or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, right. He found the
Still part
perfect
of him.
mix or whatever he said.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, moving on. Favorite shot? Not a lot of standouts in this one. More of Linklater's
No.
kind of standard shooting stuff, but one that stood out
Yeah.
was
You're
when
saying the diner
was that?
scene.
Wow,
Is it the
how'd you
diner
know?
scene?
How'd
Yeah,
you
I knew
know,
it. I
dude?
fucking
That's
knew
really
it.
the only like camera move that stood out to me, which is
Mhm.
they sit back to back or whatever, not facing each other.
Yeah.
And then he like reveals
good
his
shot.
face, and then they stand up, and it's like this dolly move tracking him as he's like pushing him out of the diner, kind of just like nicely choreographed.
Yeah. Yeah. That was mine. If I had to pick one. Only one that came to mind. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty standard.
It was, yeah. I didn't
That's
have
all.
one picked
I
out
don't really have any,
specifically.
Favorite quote? I said, "Seize the identity you want for yourself." That speech, he says something too. I should have wrote it down, but he's like urgently. He's like, "I urge you, like, to do it." Like, and I was like,
Yeah.
I like that.
Mine was who the fuck is Gary? When
Nice.
he says I'm Gary or whatever. Who the fuck is Gary?
Gary?
Good line delivery there.
Yeah.
Any other quotes?
I just put all pie is good pie.
Oh yeah.
Too
Yeah.
true.
That's good.
Yeah. I like me
I'm
some
just-
pie, man.
Is there a
Just
bad
not
pie?
good.
No, not to be that guy, but
There
I
is.
don't like pie, so
Sure.
Over cake? You take cake over pie?
I don't like cake either.
Okay,
I'm not a
fair enough.
sweets desserts kind of person.
All right, that's fair then.
That's my Achilles heel. I love
What about okay?
Monster.
You have to. You're in a room. You got a gun to your head. This dude's got a gun on you. You got cake, pie, and a brownie in front of you on separate plates, and you have to eat one fully. That's it. That's it.
Pie.
Okay.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
I,
Kind of pie are we talking here?
I thought you didn't like pie.
Apple pie.
Apple pie?
Apple pie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Fuck yeah. I'll eat the apple pie.
Cherry pie.
Yeah, I'll eat the
I
cherry
fuck with
pie.
some cherry pie.
Ooh, cherry. I would eat probably the other two over cherry pie. Cherry pie is my least favorite
Really?
pie. I'd say. Yeah.
Yeah, I like fruit and I like tart. I don't like pumpkin pie at all. Like if I had to
I know.
choose
I
a
love pumpkin
dessert
pie.
out of those three, like obviously I would go with the pie. But even with the pies, I don't like the crust of it all.
Hmm, I get that.
So
I
yeah,
get that.
Yeah. The bit on the end.
I'd gut it,
Too
eat the
much.
Right.
guts.
Unnecessary.
Way
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
Way too much.
But most of the
people be
time, I'll
touting-
pick the other two over the brownie. That's where I stand. Brownie's too much.
Okay.
Other two, I fuck with.
I agree. I don't like chocolate, so yeah, I would never pick the brownie over anything on that list.
I love
Man,
good chewy brownie.
I'm sounding more and more boring and bitter as we continue these
Yeah.
dives.
Not a lot
Yeah,
of happiness
shit,
in your
man.
life. I can see it. That's crazy, man.
It's
What about Dr. Pepper?
just
That-
it's
that's
getting
it.
It's
depressing.
something. It's something.
What about you guys though? Pie, cake, brownie. What's the move? What you gonna? The gun to your head.
Sorry, Danny.
You
I don't
got it.
know. I don't really
No,
have a
dude,
preference.
you're dead. You're dead, dude. It was only
Yeah.
one.
Kill me. Shoot
It's
me.
It's a
a
Squid
bullet.
Game, bro.
You'd rather die than
I don't
pick pie,
fucking care.
cake, or brownie?
Back of
Right.
the parade.
Jesus.
Took a bullet for pie. All right. Hey.
bold stance, but
Yeah.
Stuck to
This
his
is the hill you're gonna
principles.
die on?
I respect it, man. I respect it.
yeah.
I wasn't brave
Okay.
enough to take a bullet for any of those sweets, so
Right.
I'll do it if I have
Okay.
to.
Moving on. Sorry, derailed. We get this train is just someone is just getting off
we
the
got fucking
tracks.
21 movies
a lot
to
of
go
tracks.
after this.
Yeah, we gotta
Let's
move.
get through this.
All right,
Yeah.
best performance. I said Adria Arjona.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that
She's the female lead.
his
Yeah.
girlfriend? Yeah. Okay.
And they're both like embracing a new power, which is fun to watch. But hers is like so believable. For not for a second
Yeah.
do I really question that character. And with Glenn Powell, it's
Yeah.
like he's got a lot more to do, but you can see the kind of like gaps in it. For her, I was like,
Yeah.
this is just straight up, this is probably perfect performance. It's really good, and the seductressness, like
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure. She definitely brings the chemistry, I will say.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
The
Sure.
way she's like interested in the conversation with it's like
like the
very, like,
way the
tied.
the first meeting starts, you're like, okay,
like, ooh.
it's you already know.
Interest
I'm just saying.
peaked.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just saying.
already know. I mean, like the scene before that is like his ex, like telling him he needs to fucking get in a relationship or fucking find
Right.
somebody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then literally the very next scene, they're meeting.
Oh,
So,
he's
like,
found
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
Like, good match.
What do you guys have?
I had the guy from Everybody Wants Some that we thought was too old. I forget his name,
Oh,
but he's
yeah,
like the
dude.
guy who gets suspended or whatever. He's kind of like the
Austin-
the bad guy.
Austin Amelia, I think. He's in The Walking
Is that
Dead
it?
too.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, he's really
Yeah.
good.
He's
I thought he was-
phenomenal in this
was
movie.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a perfect role for him.
yeah, he was pretty good in this.
Fit his look, his demeanor.
Right. Yeah. It's probably his best character that I've seen for sure.
Yeah.
Gee, any
Yeah.
other picks? Any other love for Glenn Powell? What do we got?
I like Glenn Powell the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
Like,
so much to do.
I know that in Twisters he's supposed to be like the leading man, like that solidifies, but honestly this is better than Twisters for me. I didn't care for Twisters. Again, sounding more and more bitter as the day goes on, as the night goes on here, but like I feel like he's just more of a screen presence in this. Like Twisters is just like Glenn Powell's hot and here's him in a t-shirt. Let's get wet. You know? I don't know.
Put some wind on that
It's
bitch. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one has him being like an attractive guy, but also showing some acting range too. So
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
It's true.
Yeah.
His showcase.
I also say Glenn Powell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
good pick,
It's
solid
fun.
pick.
He's good.
I don't know. I feel like it's just like this is probably the most acting range I've ever like seen him actually do. So like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
he did a good job. So I don't know.
Yeah, that leads me into the next one because I've best scene. I have a few, but one of them is definitely the contract killer personality scenes, like when he's flexing other personalities. Any of those scenes are
Yeah.
great. Like just so much fun.
Yeah, definitely. My favorite scene was when he has the phone and he's using that to like communicate to her without communicating to her verbally.
Yeah.
But that's also my clever girl, so because that's like
Mhm.
the best use of a cellular device in a TV show or a movie.
Yeah.
So
And that's like, I love that scene because it's like you're acting while you're acting. You know, it's like a
Yeah.
weird thing. It's cool.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. That scene's phenomenal too because the danger that you come into that scene with is like so intense. Like he's like literally
Right.
like watching him in the car for every like
High
oh fuck, like
stakes.
how are we gonna get out of
Yeah.
this fucking scene? And by the end of that, they're like having fun and kind of like toying with each
Yeah.
other in the relationship again. And it's like, god damn, how did we get here? But it's fucking
Right.
worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's hard, and for cell phones too, people like put shit back in the day now because it's just hard to pull off. So to see something done on screen like that, it's never been like the Notes app, simple shit. Like
Yeah.
it's never been put on screen
Yeah.
yet. Like, so
Yeah.
good job.
Smart. Yeah.
That's right.
That's fucking
You know what else?
right. I had one other
Yeah.
scene. The best scene I think is the cell phone scene, honestly. But also the husband gun pulling scene that leads into the burger scene is really good because then you
Yeah.
That's
see
what I was gonna
the
say too.
yeah, that scene's really good. They have a nice conversation, but then you see the coworker and shit just
And he's
instantly
just
gets
like,
more real.
yeah, oh yeah. Because
Yeah.
like I don't know, I don't know, just like how Glenn Powell like reacts, and they're having like a serious conversation, and she like thinks that he's like turned off from what they're talking about, but like he just saw the dude.
Yeah.
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 Just like,
Like the wheels are
Dynamics
turning
changing.
in his head and the audience's head at that moment, and you're just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Honestly though, like the second half of this movie is kind of just like sizzling. It just fucking
It is.
moves, and you're
Mhm.
on board for the ride at that point. And
yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
like I feel like there weren't really any moments where like I wasn't like engaged, like in
Definitely.
Right.
like I was like wanting to watch the whole movie. So
For sure.
that's a
Same.
good feel.
Yeah.
Favorite proper set? Kind of tough. I said the costumes for his other characters.
Yeah.
Specifically
Yeah.
the hillbilly one where they're out shooting,
It,
like
it,
the
it-
neck tats and shit. That'd be fun.
yeah, that one was fucking good.
Yeah.
I like the one where he's got the like the snaggle tooth in the car with the one lady, older lady, that big house.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Just flexing his
and
chops in that
Jason
role, man.
Bateman when he's playing American Psycho
Mm,
Yeah.
character at the motel.
yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, I would want probably the sunglasses or something. I don't know, something bronze.
A
His
good pick.
necklace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Ron's get up. I was like, that.
Like that
that's not-
jacket.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, the leather
Yeah.
jacket.
I
might
could
look
pull that
as
off.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I could be wrong. Yeah. Moving on. Double feature. Moving on. Double feature. I mean, Bernie. I'd
Fuck
Bernie.
you, man. I was
Bernie's a
gonna
good
say
one.
Bernie.
I said it first, motherfucker. No, I mean that's like
Wow.
easy Linklater there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Also
Yeah.
said, just watch Hitman too, like with no space in between Hit and Man, the fucking Timothy Oliphant movie.
Hey.
Get the like
Oh.
hyper stylized fucking like pistol version, you know, like Hitman. And then watch this one, just like disenchanting, just like human, kind of mellow.
Down to earth. Yeah.
Yeah. Any other options for a good double feature?
No, I couldn't think of one,
Nah, you took all the good ones, dude.
but Bernie is a good one.
Get good. I don't know.
I was thinking, what's
Yeah, Bernie definitely.
fuck.
This one's, I
Yeah.
mean, clearly lighter than Bernie though, so it's like it is.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
does
yeah,
feel like a
definitely
good double feature though,
lighter.
but it's like definitely dark.
Yeah,
The,
mainly
um,
just because of like the live story. But like I guess like I wouldn't have known that if I didn't look it up too. If I was just watching this movie, like I don't
No,
I don't know
yeah.
if I guess I would.
That's true. Yeah.
I wouldn't have believed it. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the one with Michael Fassbender that we watched that was also Netflix?
Oh, The Killer.
The killer?
The Killer. Yeah. Again,
Oh, that's a
more
good one. Yeah.
of a serious,
Yeah.
but also, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's good. I
Yeah.
like that.
more psychopathy, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's kind of a similar vibe after you like, because like
Disenchanting. Still.
if you like know that like I don't know, he's not a good killer. Like if you go at
Yeah.
it with that,
Yeah.
Comedic.
it
Right.
would be the same
Yeah.
vibe. But
that's
like,
true. Yeah.
because
Like,
like I
just
don't know,
winging
the
it.
first time I watched The Killer, you know, I'm under the impression that this guy's actually like good at his job, you know.
Mhm.
But it
Right.
definitely changes the movie to like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, if that is the point, then like there's like two different vibes.
definitely. And at the
Yeah.
end, they both are happily ever after with their ladies,
Yeah.
or
That's a
so it
good
one.
seems.
Killer.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was just like, what's another paid contract killer
Another
movie?
Hitman movie.
Yeah.
I just want to watch The Killer again because that movie is just good, man.
I should.
So
Yeah.
fucking
Should
good.
rewatch it.
Clean ass movie.
Yeah, another feel good movie.
I'll
Shouldn't
never
be.
forget the Florida scene in that one where he's fighting that dude in the house.
That's the Fincher
Visceral.
magic. It makes a not good movie feel good somehow. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, who would you recast in this one? I said nobody, and I kind of think everybody
Yeah,
fit
I
the
can't
slot.
think of
Yeah.
anyone.
I don't know, like ancillary, maybe like the police chief, but yeah, it's like no, it's like a nothing.
Yeah, and he has like a fun moment too, where he's like yelling at whatever that shitbag character is when you first meet him. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that.
So it's like, yeah.
Did the
Everyone
job.
was pretty on point. Yeah.
I think everyone's pretty good in this.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Nitpicks. The college stuff starts to feel a little on the nose towards the end of the movie. I think after you
Yeah.
just spend so much time with Ron, you kind of get lost in Ron's character, and you come back to his nerd character, and you're like, wait a minute. The believability starts to like wane a little
Right.
bit when you come back to those scenes.
Yeah.
But maybe that's also, it kind of works because it's like we're getting lost in Ron, he's getting lost in Ron. We don't really want to go back to that character anymore. Like,
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what we said earlier too. It's just like it's a little hard to believe sometimes, but then it also isn't. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting mix.
yeah.
And I got one more if you guys don't got any.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only other thing nitpick I would have is it's like what we mentioned earlier about him kind of switching between the big, strong Ron man and his nerdy self. Sometimes it was a bit like jarring or not really believable.
Right.
A
Hard
little
to pull
bit too
off.
much overacting on
Mhm.
Glenn's
Yeah.
part, which
Yeah.
It's tough.
I mean,
Tough role.
yeah, it's tough for any actor to pull off.
Yeah. Believably too. And like all these, and the romance too. He's got to be like, like another subplot under all that is like a romantic tension
Yeah.
you got to like level with. It's like, yeah,
Right.
tough.
But pretty good for his
Yeah.
like I don't know, one first leading role type stuff. Pretty
sure.
damn good.
Definitely. My other nitpick, Ron isn't that cool of a name. Like everyone's like,
It
oh
really
man,
isn't.
Ron. I wish it was Ron. Like, okay,
Yeah.
Gary and Ron. Those are like,
Yeah.
basic.
Honestly, I think I'd pick Gary over Ron.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For,
don't
For
know.
like
I
a
mean, I guess
cool
my
person,
mom's
Gary.
like,
husband is named Ron, so whenever I see Ron, I'm thinking of him. Yeah.
No.
oh yeah, that's
So
it's just-
unfortunate. I mean, Ron
Yeah.
Weasley is
Yeah.
right there. Maybe that's the link.
And Ron, yeah, you got Ron Weasley.
But
Yeah.
like, oh,
Ginger's
look at
getting
that,
no love.
look at that cool dude over there. Was it Ron or Gary? I guess
You
Ron's
see,
a bit
you throw a name
cooler.
in there like
Keith.
Todd.
Keith's
what
probably the
would be a
coolest.
cool name?
Keith is not cool.
Cooler than Ron, right? Like,
Keith has a missing
is
tooth
not
in
better than
overalls,
Ron.
man. Yeah.
and what does Ron have?
I'm
I don't know. It's basic.
Hmm.
He's like your average white man, I guess. Ron. Yeah. Or
What's a
average
cool
black. I don't
name
know.
then? What would you replace it with? I have a couple. No, I
Blade,
would.
Jack.
Laser,
Laser. Laser.
Laser. Michelle.
What's yours? What you got?
I think Blake's a good one. You know,
that's what I
Blake?
was gonna say.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, or Nate.
No,
you know?
Nate.
Blake and Nate.
I'm just letting it wash over me, you know.
I
Right.
think Keith is better than Nate.
Wow. Yeah,
Really?
I could see that. Yeah.
What about Francis? Where's that one land?
No,
Uh,
no.
I don't know.
No?
I think I could go for it. As long
I'm
as
Francis
still
it's
with
like
is
one
Keith.
character who calls
I'm
him
still with
Frank.
Keith, dude.
Keith, you see, you
Yep.
say Keith, I think of One Tree Hill, Keith, where he's kind of like a pushover. So I
Oh,
don't know
I
if you guys
watched
ever
One
watched
Tree
One Tree
Hill.
Hill.
yeah, I
No.
couldn't say.
Okay.
I don't have
Sounds
that,
like a
Keith.
douche right now.
Keith
Sorry.
is not a good
Sorry.
name.
No,
It's not.
Okay.
I'm with.
Alright.
I'm
Okay.
not on board for Keith.
I can't say I am either.
It's a bad idea, Matt. Okay.
Oh, well, I haven't heard any that have really nailed it. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Wait, what was the first one I said? Blake. That's a good one,
Blake.
yeah.
Blake's not bad. Blake's not bad.
It's alright. It's
Yeah.
alright.
No, I think Ron is okay.
It's I.
You back to.
Nah.
We went full circle. Back to Ron. Okay.
I never said I had
It's-
a problem with it.
It's
Yeah, 'cause
basic.
I always liked it.
It's basic as hell. Like,
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we went on the journey. I'm back to Ron too. You guys, it's fine. We'll stick with Ron.
I'm not. Just imagine Ronald. Is that a tough name? Ronald.
yeah. You want clown makeup on this guy?
McDonald.
No, it's not.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
who my
saying.
father was.
Although,
Ronald McDonald.
what's more goddamn American than Ronald? You know? What can I
Hmm.
say?
Anyway,
Yeah.
Okay. Clever girl. Is that where we're at? Yeah.
I believe so.
Yes. Clever girl.
Mine was the phone thing. Like I said, I thought that was like a
yeah.
great use of technology, modern day
sure.
technology.
I had that
Kind of a
one as
way
well.
to beat the system.
Yeah.
I liked how his cats' names were Ego and Id. And Id had the broken leg. Nice little detail, you know.
Does
The
that mean
ego, and he talks about ego and Id too,
something?
I
an
think,
identity.
at one point. Yeah, it's like the ego is like the thing that wants to keep you like engaged with society, functioning.
Yeah.
And the id is like the thing that's driving towards like pleasure and stuff like that. So to have like the cat with the broken leg is like the one that's seeking pleasure is just like fun, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Shit.
Good Linklater,
Did you
man.
explain that?
Fucking
Did I
Link,
just
yeah,
miss-
Linklater. He talks about ego and id somewhere in the
He
movie
does.
though.
Does he?
Yeah, it was
Okay.
it was definitely during one of his philosophy things. I'm pretty sure because I remember
Mhm.
thinking, "Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting to
Yeah.
look at it all."
Yeah.
But
I forgot about that. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that.
Any other
Clever-
good notes for it?
I'd probably do the phone too. I just enjoyed that scene a lot. Good.
solid
Way,
work.
way to challenge
Sure.
yourselves, like as a scene writer, you know,
Right.
to do something
just-
that hasn't been done.
Yeah. Smart filmmaking, man.
Could a TikToker watch this?
I think
I'm gonna
so.
say yes.
That's
Yeah.
an
I'm gonna give
8
it-
out of 10.
Wow.
Oh,
Really?
wow. I was gonna go a 7 out of 10 TikTokers.
I'd probably be like a 4, honestly.
Yeah?
I was like mid. I was like 5 or 6 maybe, but yeah.
Man,
All right,
I think
think
they
the-
get sucked in by the chemistry in Glenn
The
Powell.
chemistry, 100%.
Right.
The
Just
sex
'cause I feel like
scenes.
young people love Glenn Powell. I
That's
don't know.
true.
I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. So
He-
I feel
he-
like TikTokers would because I just assume that young people are TikTokers.
I think you're
He's
onto
got the
something.
Riz, bro. He's got the
Yeah.
Riz.
I think when he came out with Anyone But You with Sydney Sweeney, he like blew up on TikTok because of it. So
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
think,
that movie
I
sucked.
think it did.
So like,
I didn't watch it. Yeah,
I didn't watch it either actually. So I guess I
Me
can't say it
either.
sucked.
must be good. All right, sequel, prequel, or remake? I said sequel.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the sequel. There's another fun
Yeah.
crime
Yeah.
story in this family, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
I'd go
Bring the
pre-
kids in.
Right.
Just kidding. I'd probably
Way to go against the grain, dude.
Ron
strong.
playing D&D
Always
with the
a-
boys. That's the prequel.
Yeah, like you gotta have like a character from the past come in and be like, "I know what you did." And, like they know the secret somehow, and they're like trying to play it cool with their kids in front of them. You know, like they're acting it up, and there's something there.
Then they gotta
There's
kill
something
him.
there. Well, don't spoil the ending, dude.
Come on, man. He becomes an actual hitman.
Oh, I mean, they
man.
killed multiple people in the movie. I mean, they
Oh,
got it. They
fuck.
keep the secret, dude.
This is
People
like
are just gonna keep catching on.
this is
they're
natural
just
born
gonna keep
killers
killing
now, or
Fuck yeah.
fucking Badlands, bro. This took a turn. Different Texas story.
Yeah.
Different. Texas. Yeah.
All right, are we on to stars then? What's your rankings?
I
4
give it a
stars.
4. 4.
4 stars.
Look at that. Look at
a
that.
nice. We end all in agreement for the dive.
That's beautiful. Lovely to see it.
All holding hands at the end, embracing Linklater's work.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
What a send off. What a great
Yeah.
one to end on. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Salute Linklater, dive number 7, I believe. Well done, sir. I appreciate
Yeah.
your work. On to the next. But before we go to the next, we must rank Linklater's films.
Yes.
So let's get to it.
Confession: my automatic bottom is going to be Fast Food Nation because I am a no good degenerate and I didn't watch it. I apologize.
That's
God
fucked up, dude.
damn.
Dude,
I would never.
pitched it. I pitched
I
it,
would
man.
I
never.
know, and I almost turned it on, but then I was just like, do I want to do this or do I want to sleep? Because I was so tired last night, and
This
I
whole
chose
dive's gonna
sleep.
have an asterisk next to it.
Yeah,
I know,
right.
I know.
Let's
That's on me,
just-
guys.
We'll just keep the stream open. We'll be back in like 2 hours. You watch
Yeah.
them.
Let me get a quick watch in. You know,
Put up the
Alright.
colored bars.
Well, I disagree. I disagree with 21 on Alex's list. Let it be known.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. By default.
We're all gonna be
By
on
default, of
21,
course.
but
Oh yeah, my real 21 is actually. Can I kick us off, or do you have an
Sure,
intro?
Kick
here?
it off.
A
Kick it
Waking Light, I think, is a
Oh,
solid
shit.
off.
21.
That's not mine.
that's actually not what I put.
No, that's my only half-star movie of the.
I didn't go below 2 stars, I'll say, for Linklater. So it's not terrible shit.
Oh, a
Okay,
Linklater
Yeah, I know
stand.
which one that is. But
Is
mine
where
is actually,
think
is where'd you go, Bernadette? For me, 21.
mine-
Okay.
Uneven, bad
That's
characters.
my next one, at least. So
Yeah.
it's my
Yeah,
number
that's my
20 is
I
Bernadette.
should have kicked out the family.
What is 20? What you guys
What's
have
there
for
to do?
20?
20 is all. Yeah, mine's Bernadette. Where'd you go, Bernadette? My 21 was Bad News Bears, though. Just throw that out.
That's my
Oh.
20.
Okay. there.
I actually have Slacker at 20.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't know. I just it's just
Yeah, that's not bad.
like I knew the vibe he was going
Reasonable.
for, and it's like I don't know, an anthology, and at that time it was probably like ahead of its time. It's just like watching it now.
It's
What the
tough.
fuck am I supposed to get out of that? Like,
Yeah,
and
it's tough.
most of like
Yeah.
most of like the written dialogue is just like cringy as fuck. So like I don't. It wasn't very smooth transitioning between stories. It just needed
Yeah.
a lot of work.
I feel
But I will
that.
say the budget was super low, and like that is actually pretty cool. So
Mhm. It's a good concept film. It springboarded his whole career, so I have like a soft spot for it. But 100%, it's got some
Yeah.
hard edges.
now
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
reconsidering my list.
Oh shit!
I have Bad News
Already.
Bears with Pyros.
Yeah. Well, I have it at 20.
Yeah.
I did have a question though. Do you think do you think you'd like this movie, Bad News Bears, if it wasn't Linklater's? Like, because it's like a decent shitty comedy. But like,
I think
since I
Cindy was
know,
Really not
probably
that
doing it
funny.
better.
yeah, like if it was in
Yeah.
Todd Phillips's filmography, you'd be like, oh, it's fine.
I think
I
it
guess.
maybe it would have just done better under a different director. Like I don't know if this was fully Linklater's wheelhouse. You
Maybe.
know,
Yeah,
like
a little
maybe
more
Yeah.
raunchy.
yeah, it's like a decent premise. It maybe just executed a little better. Or
Yeah,
like
I feel like
clear
Linklater's
vision.
better at like a different kind of scummy person, not
Yeah.
this kind of scummy person.
That's fair.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like below his standards, and that's why it's so low on mine.
Yeah.
A little
Mm,
bit.
mm.
But yeah, we on to 19. We got 20 still. What are we at?
I think
Keep
we're
Yeah,
at
19.
19.
19. What you guys got?
That's where I put Slackers.
Fair.
For some
Yeah.
reason. It's just not a good anthology. Like it's an anthology, and I love anthologies. So I was like, yeah. And I'm all for like Linklaters, spout some philosophy here and there, but it's pretty scattered in that. It's like, all right,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Mine's
yeah.
the Bernadette, technically, if I'm putting Fast Food Nation at the very bottom. So that would be my 20 is Bernadette right now. So
That's
What's
fair.
the? Is it 19 we're on, or am I just ahead?
Yeah, 19.
Yeah.
What's your 19?
What'd you say?
Alex, what you got for 19?
that would be the Bernadette because I
Oh.
have to put Fast Food Nation at the bottom.
So 21.
I know.
Fast food 20 Bernadette.
21 fast food,
Oh, Waking
20
Life.
waking life.
Yeah, might be
Yeah,
movie.
and then
Okay,
Bernadette.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
My 19 is the Newton Boys. Not really
Yeah,
like
I
a
actually
bad
think so.
I
movie.
forgot about that
Yeah.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's not bad, but there's really just not much of anything going on, you know.
Yeah. Amen.
I feel
Yeah.
like this was like the first of like the Bernie and Hitman like movies because like
Yeah.
I
True
would assume that
story-ish
he
or whatever.
read about this or something and then just like made the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Historically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his early career, he didn't have all the skills, all the character work nailed down yet.
I like
Yeah.
literally I didn't give a fuck about any of the characters. Like I
No.
wanted them to die. Like I didn't give
But
a
they
shit.
didn't kill
like,
anybody. They're good
But like he's
robbers.
supposed to like he was trying to make them like endearing and like lovable, but like they just suck. Like I didn't give a shit about.
It's like a good
That's
array of
fair.
actors too, which is a bummer. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
at least it's a good cast. But
Dude, like the brother got shot, and I'm like, all right, he's dead. Cool.
It's
Like
not
just
one of these
move on to the
characters.
fucking story. Like
Yeah.
He's the dead body the kids found on the train tracks,
Oh
dude.
my god, it's all connected. All right, 18, 19 still 18.
18? Yeah, my 18
Scanner
was fast food.
Darkly.
really
Ooh, okay.
That's my next one.
interesting. I had Waking Life.
Oh,
I have me and Orson Welles.
Oh,
wow.
All right.
It's fine. 2.5.
Absolutely fine.
Yeah, we're in like a string
Yeah.
of threes for me, like 3 ratings, like
Mhm.
3-star ratings. So like that's
I'll take it
why
at 3.
it was kind of, I don't know, difficult to pick these
Yeah.
out, I guess, because
Yeah,
like they were
feel
all
that.
kind of just
Yeah.
like
We're in
fine,
the middle.
you know.
Yeah.
right.
That's how it gets in the middle of my list. Like right now, I'm still in like the 2s.
Ooh. Scales.
Yeah, at a certain
dagger
point, it's
there.
like they're so low or mid that it's like,
Yeah.
Wait,
they
Alex,
can
what
be
did you have?
moved around.
Mine was the Scanner Darkly for 18.
Gotcha.
That's my 17.
That's my 17 too.
same.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. Scanner Darkly firmly 17, 18. That's
Yeah,
that's where that bad boy
that
is.
is the Stay Gold Linklater ranking.
Yeah.
There you go.
I will say, like, there's a
Right,
lot of
yeah.
interesting ideas in a Scanner Darkly. If I ever
Yeah.
decide to rewatch it again, maybe I'll find more.
Dude,
That
this
was one that could be remade, I feel like.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
if it was
Like,
remade, dude,
probably
it's
not in
Not in
animated
animation,
too.
no.
Probably
Right.
if it was remade live action, it would be way better.
if that was the case, it's like pushing top 10. Yeah,
Maybe.
it
Man,
actually.
like I wish I could just like
It's-
see that movie before they fucking animated it.
Yeah, it'd be
Like
Right.
better
with
no
the
matter
actual
what.
actors.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
see that
It's good
kind of-
actor, good trio of actors. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
honestly,
also it holds a spot too, just as
Yeah.
like Linklater's darkest film in a way, kind of
Mhm.
like that.
yeah,
So
the
Yeah.
that's
ending
why
is
it's a little
pretty,
higher. Yeah.
pretty.
Well, my 17 wasn't Scanner Darkly. It was Apollo 10.5, A Space Age Childhood.
Cool.
Bullshit.
Okay. So all 3 animated movies now, you've checked them off, or
Yep, they're gone.
okay, that's what I thought.
White, clean my hands of that shit.
16s, right?
Yes.
I got Suburbia.
This is slacker for
Cool.
me. Maybe
Okay.
a little higher than it should be, but it's
That's
just
what I'm
it's
starting to think with Slacker.
maybe.
It's a bit too high for me, but
It was the first movie. I was like, you know what? I'll give it some credit, you know, here and there. And
Yeah.
it kickstarts what is his best movie. Like it gives me his best movie, so I appreciate it.
yeah. I have Bad News Bears here.
It's pretty high. It's pretty high.
Okay.
Yeah. Still at 2 stars, mind you. So like this
That's
is
fair.
like the
That's still-
same level as the animated
Man.
movies for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
You said this is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Newton boys. That's right.
Those Newton boys just doing
Newton boys.
Cool.
robbing
Getting up,
things,
getting up to no good. Getting up
Yeah.
to no good.
but kind of good. But no
Yeah,
good.
kinda.
Yeah. It's confusing. My 15 is Suburbia. Not bad. Pretty uneven movie looking back. Like it's got like good
Yeah.
scenes and good ideas and dialogue, but it just doesn't really round out.
Yeah, there's like
fully.
some good
Interesting.
stuff in there. It just like
Mhm.
was jarring because it like switched, like the movie just like changed into different things at different parts of the movie, basically. It's like it shuts
Yeah.
off. You're kind of like waiting
Yeah.
for the friend to show up, and I assumed that was gonna be like the end. But the total like the tone of the movie changed when he showed up, like their
Yeah.
rock star friend.
Yeah. I think it's
Sure.
like really dark later in the
It's
night,
pretty
and I'm just
dark.
like,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah.
That actually,
Yeah.
yeah, that also probably not as dark as the Scanner Darkly, but we'll go for second darkest.
Yeah,
Definitely.
maybe. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Low-key, Last Flag Flying, dark movie.
That's true too.
Kinda.
Depressing.
I would say it's
Yeah.
pretty dark.
Bottom
Just
3
like
right there.
depressing.
Yeah, it is pretty. Yeah, just more sad.
Yeah, I have Bad News Bears at 15. Probably too high, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Me and
it's a
Orson Welles
fine
for me.
comedy. Nice.
Same. Me and Orson.
I wonder if I'm too hard on me and Orson Welles sometimes, where I'm like,
It's
that
just,
movie's not
it
bad.
feels like it's a totally mid movie, and it's shot completely like it doesn't feel like a Linklater movie the way it's like filmed, or like
Mm.
the characters aren't really spouting that much philosophy.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the least
Yeah.
Linklater movie for
The
me.
plot's fine. Like it moves linearly. You know,
Yeah.
Right.
Me
it's fine.
and
Yeah.
Orson Welles is actually my 14. So it's
Yeah.
like the next one.
Nice. Middle of the
Yeah,
road
yeah.
for Linklater.
Yeah.
My
My f-
14 is Suburbia.
Nice. I wonder if there's somebody out there that's like Suburbia, my favorite Linklater movie.
Fucking
That'd be
rules.
hard to. Yeah, that'd be pretty hard to find, I'd say.
I think it'd probably be a tough hang, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a '90s kid for sure.
I feel like he would be like the guy, the military guy probably, who like cut off his thumb. I feel like it would be that
Way
guy.
too
I don't
hardcore.
know why, but like
Yeah.
I feel like that would be
Yeah.
the guy who loved that movie. I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah.
My 14 is Tape.
Ah,
Yeah,
Oh,
I did
okay.
not really like this movie on first watch, but I came around to it in ways. Like
Yeah.
it's got a certain charm, certain simplicity, and it's got dramatic stakes that are there. Performance is a little stilted, but it's a good movie. It's not bad.
No, it's
Wow.
fine.
That hurts a little, but okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
My 14 is
really-
Waking Life. But Tape is pretty low for me as well.
I put Tape higher.
Yeah, shit.
Nice.
Damn.
What'd you have for 14, Joe? Did you say?
Me and Orson Welles.
On to 13?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Slacker.
Ah,
That's
This
pretty
one I
high.
feel is a bit too high. But again, it's so hard because like I'm in the threes and that's like pretty steady
Yeah.
for most of these
Yeah.
movies.
The scale's just
So it's just hard for me
dramatically
to-
lower on your end.
Right. It's like which one would I rather watch over the other at this point? You know.
Fair. My
I
13
have-
is Last Flag Flying. It's a
Oh,
nice, gentle film. Tackles heavy ideas. Great actors. Also noted, I don't think we talked about it, but one of like the only Linklater films that is not in Texas.
It's true.
Kinda nice.
I guess I
Oh,
didn't catch that.
Yeah, I
Huh.
didn't even think about it really.
It's probably
It's a
because
nice
it's
film.
based on a book.
Yeah,
Couldn't find a
probably.
Texas book.
Ran out of all the Texas stories. Burned through them all. All right, what do we got? 13?
yeah, I put Apollo 10.5 for mine.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Nice.
That's what I'm thinking.
We're
Yeah.
getting into this is a 3.5 territory for me right now, so I don't know where you guys are at in scale, but
So it's
threes.
Let's see.
I got the Newton boys.
Damn, that's
Newton
high.
boys, this
Nice.
high.
I know. All middle of the road movies here. Okay, very hard for me, but I would rather watch the Newton boys over Slacker. So
That's fair, I think.
Well, I have him at
Maybe.
19 and 20, so that's
there you go.
My number
Newton boys is-
12 is Waking Life.
yeah, that's pretty high.
Yeah, it's pretty high. I like this movie though. I think it fits pretty well with like the theme and the story and the vibe. Tells you about dreams in a way
Yeah.
that no other movie really has. Like visuals, plot, dissection of like the dialogue of like talking about dreams.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
No, I agree. This is the most
Sure.
philosophical Linklater ever got, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Definitely down the rabbit hole. But I like the vignette feel of the film too. Like I understand it's not like a whole film kind of, but I like the vibe of it because it fits with the dream. But you know, it's still 12. No top 10.
Yeah.
I've got Freddie Watson. Well,
Ooh, first appearance. Okay.
yeah,
Ooh.
Not as
it's not
My 12.
important in his filmography, I'd say, as like far as like what he's trying to do with the film. Kind of just looking to have fun.
Yeah.
Right.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't know. I ended up like that. I went higher on my list.
I mean, I liked it, but like, I don't know. I liked it a lot less than Days Confused, and it's basically just Days Confused.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Show.
Yeah,
Is
it's low.
this still 12 or 11? What are we at now?
Tape was my
Moving
12.
on to 11.
But yeah.
Tape was
11.
12, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Haters.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wouldn't rewatch it like that much.
Yeah.
That's a good point, because I probably wouldn't rewatch it either.
Yeah.
It is higher on my list.
It's like it's artistic as filmmaking goes. It's artistic. I'll give it that. You know, it's good writing. It's just like, there's better Linklater. There's better stuff out there. So
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess like when we were talking about it, I feel like that movie just really resonated for me, or resonated with me, because I just like know those people, and like I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I just feel like that kind of situation is maybe not really relatable anymore, but like kind of relatable.
Yeah.
feel
The characters
feel
are
like you've
real.
gone through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
kind of
I
goes
can
in
see that.
circles a bit, and the dialogue for me was not always the best for Tape, but
Sure.
I respect it's the lowest budget movie he's made, and it's still pretty good. So good
Was
success.
it more low budget than Slacker?
What's that?
Was it more low budget than Slacker?
It's a good question, honestly. I feel like Slacker was probably made for like nothing, but
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I remember I looked it up. It was like 23.
yeah,
Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
say Tape is less than $1 million, maybe in just like a few hundred thousands though. So it's really low comparatively to like
Gotcha.
other films, but
I could see
probably
that.
Slacker.
Yeah.
11 still. This is Fast Food Nation.
School of Rock.
Rock.
Oh.
Way.
I
Ah,
also have Fast Food Nation.
Yeah. Thought it'd make the top 10. Didn't make the top 10 for me. But I respect this story a lot. As far as like Linklater shit, his stuff is really local, very focused. And Fast Food Nation is like
Mhm.
sprawling and very wide. It's like casting a wide net as far as like the audience and its message. So a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff. Great scene from Bruce Willis too. And maybe I'm just in a time where I want more Bruce Willis shit, and I know I'll never get it, which is sad.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
Yeah, so maybe I'm
Yeah.
just like reaching for his good shit still. So
Yeah.
My 11 was Last Flight Flying. Didn't quite make it to top 10, but I still thought
Yeah.
this is where I feel like Linklater's for me starts like
Mhm.
these are the good ones. These are the ones I might go back to.
nice. We into top 10?
Number 10?
Top
Yeah, break in
10?
top 10, baby. Whoop.
Here
Whoop.
we go. Well, this one hasn't been said yet. That's kind of interesting. My number 10 is Bernie.
Ah,
All right.
This is
Yeah,
a four.
that's
This
My-
is the 4-star mark for me too. By the way, this is
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
getting into good shit. 100%.
I'm in the last leg of the 3 stars, but this one also hasn't been said yet. And I think these next two could be interchangeable, but this one's Before Sunset.
Mm,
Damn.
okay.
Breaking into the Before series.
At
Yeah.
11.
At 10.
Oh, wait, it's
right?
10.
Still
10.
though.
I think that's fair.
Still.
I had a
Shit.
hard time with the Before because like, oh, does one of these other movies deserve? Like, I can't put all 3,
It's
top
hard.
3.
I
I was
did-
like, some
I
of these
did
other movies
split 'em
deserve
up.
to be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After at last second, I was like, you know what?
They're all like lumped together.
I had that at first. Yeah. It's tough.
But hey, you do you. Yeah.
Damn. Okay. That's a heartbreaker, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But you guys, another 10?
Suburbia was my number 10.
Top 10.
Damn.
Eh?
Yeah, I just liked this one. I felt like it
Nice.
deserved the top 10.
I was
When
thinking
it-
about it a lot, like after I watched
Yeah.
the movie.
Eh,
Yeah.
when it
I
hits,
was
it
like
hits. You know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
don't
On
have much else
to
to say.
9. Number 9. What you guys got?
Yeah, Bernie.
Before Sunrise.
Okay.
God
Oh,
damn.
Back to back.
There you go.
Yeah, these two can be interchangeable. Just kind of whatever mood I'm in.
I see.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Hitman. Really fun.
Wow, that's pretty low.
And as
Okay.
far as like a 2020s rom-com drama goes, nailing it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's above and beyond any rom com nowadays. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the only other rom com that I have like 3 top rom coms. This is in, like the top 3 for me. So
Yeah. It deserves it. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said your 9 was Bernie, Joe?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Bernie.
Yeah, sir. Little Jack
Cool.
Black, little Texas.
Similarly, like I wonder if there's like a top Bernie, like there's a Bernie stan, you know, like it's a good,
Yeah.
it's a really good movie. It'll
I'm
make the
sure.
top 10, but like probably not the top 3, you know. For the most
Yeah.
part.
Right.
Yeah. There's someone out there who just loves fucking Bernie, but they also gotta love Jack Black.
I mean,
You
I
know?
would
Sure.
rewatch that movie. Like,
Me too. Yeah.
I don't know.
I probably
I
would.
did
movie.
like it.
Right.
There
Yeah.
were certain parts where it was actually like really funny.
Agreed.
Got Matthew McConaughey doing his thing too, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Number 8.
That's funny because my number 8 is Bernie.
Hey.
Hey.
That's
I
the
have,
highest for us, right? For Bernie, yeah. 8.
For Bernie.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got
It's honestly this is where my rewatchables of Linklaters. Like I'll from Bernie up, I would rewatch these, and this is where I hit the 3.5 mark.
Okay. Yeah.
cool.
My 8 was Everybody Wants Some.
Cool.
Just enjoyable, man. Just a college. It's for the bros, you know.
It's for the bros. This one's for the bros.
Pour one out.
My 8 is Apollo 10.5. Space Age Childhood. Higher than I expected it on the list, but the vibe I got when I watched it this time that's a rewatchable movie for me, man. That's a movie
Yeah.
I'll put on. Maybe it's just me.
Masochist.
That's one. That's one that for me it's like that'll hit when I'm in the mood. You know, like if I want to experience space age shit, that'll hit.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've got Tape at 8.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, I'll accept that.
My number 7 was Everybody Wants Some.
Same.
Could maybe go lower, honestly, but it's just a good time. Just a good time.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Enjoyable.
Got School of Rock. 7.
7.
All right.
Underrated. I'll say it again. I'll say it for every rating until
Overrated,
it's
you
number
fucking
1.
kidding me?
I don't know. I
Underrated.
could have rated it lower, to be honest.
That's
Yeah,
I don't know,
you're
it
giving
really
me the
didn't
slop
sit
down
this
here,
time.
Joe.
I liked it a lot, like originally when it came out and like later, but like this
Yeah.
rewatch, I feel like the magic was just like gone from that movie.
That's sad.
Damn.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, I know.
Damn.
Damn. Well, I
before
still have the
Sunrise.
love.
Senses make.
This was mainly the nostalgia is why it's this high. Like,
It's for childhood
Yeah,
Joe. Yeah.
This is where I break
Uh,
into the Before series, Before Sunrise.
Number 7 or 6?
Yeah, 7.
Cool. Well, my
Although my
6
six
is
was
Before
also-
Sunrise.
Okay.
So that's my first Before
Yeah.
movie. But
Nice.
thinking
shit.
back, I think Before Sunrise is like the least accessible of the 3. I really liked it when I
Yeah.
first watched it, and it ends at a super high with the relationship like blossoming or whatever at the train.
Yeah.
But a lot of it's it takes a while to
Maybe.
get there. You know, like, and the dialogue's not
also
fully formed.
felt
I'd
that
say
same
for me.
way. So I put it the
Mhm.
lowest
Yeah.
in my series. So
I
we'll
feel
go
Same.
there.
Yeah.
Still love it though, and I'll definitely rewatch it, and could still
Great.
be a 5-star maybe someday. But
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, Before Midnight's my 6, so it's like that shit. Like that's how close they were for me.
Dang.
But
Hmm.
yeah.
I have Hitman at 6.
Nice.
Nice.
Uh,
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
My number 6 was Last Flag Flying.
pretty high.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's pretty good. Pretty good movie.
The trio of actors, man, I like it.
Yeah.
Carries it, and I think
Yeah.
Steve Carell put on such a good performance. Like, I don't know if you've seen Beautiful. Oh yeah, we watched Beautiful Boy for the show here
Yeah.
for the podcast.
Fuck yeah.
It's similar to that, you know,
Heavy.
kind of low key,
No,
dramatic role.
not overdoing anything. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good.
Top 5 then, yeah?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Shit.
Here
Cool.
it is.
I have Boyhood for number 5.
Okay.
All right.
That's where I put School of Rock. I was like, it breaks top 5 for me of his.
Nice.
Yeah, but Boyhood is my 4. So, yeah.
My number 5 is Dazed and Confused.
That's my 5 as
Interesting.
well. I also put
Really?
Ooh,
Wow.
What
I expected
movies
that to be
could you
high.
have higher than that?
Right.
Oh, you'll see. All right, and I don't think you're gonna like them. So
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, mine are all the fucking before movies. Like,
Oh, that's crazy. I mean, I respect the
1,
before
2, 3.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. Okay. My fourth then is Before Midnight.
Ah,
Most
Okay.
mature
Oh,
of the
yeah.
trilogy.
definitely.
Before Sunrise.
Hard to separate them, but
My 4, the one that is starts the above the Dazed and Confused bar, is Hitman.
okay. Yeah, that's my 3 as well.
okay.
Too damn good. Not better than
My-
Days Confused. It's good.
My 3 is School of Rock. Had it at 2 for a while.
Uh,
Shit.
Still could be a
Wait, no,
5-star
what'd you
movie
have
for me.
4 was Boyhood for me.
Oh,
Yeah. Respect to the craft for that one. That was crazy.
School of Rock for 3.
And without a doubt, I'd do it again. Don't tempt.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's the perfect meld of mainstream Linklater. It's just beautiful. It's got Jack Black in his prime. It's a movie for
Yeah.
kids
Black.
and
I'll
adults.
stand on that.
that's true. That's
Whatever.
He's-
Hater
That's
mentality.
just rock and roll at heart, bro. Yeah.
Just fighting it off. Fighting it off.
Fighting the man.
Yep.
I'll say it. Jack Black overrated.
Wow. I'm inclined to believe you after the Mario movie. But pre-Mario movie?
He's
Jack
fucking the best part of the Mario movie. What
He
you
is the best
talking
part, but it's
about?
like, bro, that movie was trash.
It's fine.
I have no stance
Um,
in the Mario movie personally, but
Minecraft
Jack
though,
Black.
I'm a bit worried about Minecraft for him. I like Jack Black, but we'll see.
Minecraft is
I have Before Midnight at 3.
nice.
Nice.
I have Boyhood.
Yes.
Yeah. Deserved
Nothing
number
like
two.
it, man. Nothing
Yeah.
like Boyhood though. Just as far as
That's
Yeah,
honestly,
Right.
it's so interesting, as a concept.
Yeah.
and it's not like the novelty is backed up by like narrative and good characters and relatability.
Exactly.
It's not just novelty. It's a good movie,
Right.
Agreed.
It's actually substance. Yeah.
Number 2.
And ultimate baby.
What you
This is
got?
Before Sunset for me. I just picked this
Same
one out because
here.
it was my favorite before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I just thought it was the
Wait,
best
all you
one.
guys had Before Sunset?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Mine is Before Midnight for number 2.
Nice. I like the variety.
Good ass movie.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean,
I feel
I
like
don't know.
Sunset is just electric move. It doesn't stop. The dialogue's popping. Everything's working. And
Yeah.
then that might be the most impactful cut to credits that Linklater has. And I think about the end of that movie a lot of just like how
Same.
low key it is and how much emotion you can get out. It's just like, oh, so good, dude.
Yeah. Same. That will stick with me.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. It's good shit.
All
It's good
right.
shit.
Top of the mountain. I mean, for me,
We
Dazed
made
and
it, guys.
Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
It's magic. Time and time again. It doesn't falter. It's just
No, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. It's too good.
Yeah. It
Is
is
that
good.
your number 1 too, Joe?
No, I have Boyhood as
Oh.
my number 1.
Ooh,
Okay.
cool.
Hey, that's
okay.
I don't know. It's not my highest rated, but like, I feel like it was like he does a lot of experimental stuff. I feel like, and I feel like this was like the one that paid off the most.
Definitely.
So
Yeah,
and I don't
Absolutely.
know.
It's like his strongest project in a way, like
Yeah.
looking back at
I mean-
everything, it's like that's the thing that's probably the most amazing in a way.
Right. Yeah. 14 fucking years, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he can
Nice.
top it either, unless he's got something really like planned for this back half of his career.
Right,
You
right.
know?
He's just been recording
Yeah.
something for like 25 years.
Yeah, he's up. He's doubling it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well,
He's the one who's going to go to space with Tom Cruise and actually film a movie in space. He'll be the guy.
That might hook
Well,
Alex back in.
honestly,
Yeah.
if anybody's gonna go to the moon, I believe Tom Cruise will. That's who I believe.
You probably would.
Yeah,
Fucking
nobody's gonna
adrenaline
ask him to. He's just gonna do it.
No, he's just gonna do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, check this out, guys. I'm on
Be
the
like-
moon, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Elon, I heard you have a rocket.
Well, my number
You need
one.
someone to test it. Yeah, what you got?
Does
man?
anybody have a guess here? I mean, it's the only one I haven't
it Tape?
said. It is
Yeah.
Tape.
Yeah.
My only
It's a bold
5-star
decision.
Linklater movie.
Holy
Huh?
shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
Right now, I only have Dazed and Confused, but I would say all three befores, School of Rock, and maybe even Boyhood could be a 5-star in the future for me. There's
I
all
would say
potential
Before
there.
Midnight is close to a 5-star, and Boyhood, I would say it would bump it up a star. But yeah.
Defend Tape as a 5-star, the best Linklater movie. What
It
you
was
got?
the one that made me feel the most. I was on an emotional roller coaster the entire time, and I thought it had a lot of, like, Linklater preached at us a lot in a lot of his movies, and this one was less preachy and let you think more and be like, oh, I'm gonna be on this character's side until they say something too much, and then you're like, oh wait, now I'm seeing it at a different perspective, and then you get a perspective from the female Uma Thurman's character, and then you get it from Ethan Hawke's character. So you're always on somebody's side the entire time, and it's just kind of like I see what they're saying, and I'm relating to what they're saying, and I'm understanding what they're saying and going through. So I don't know. For me, that was the best fleshed out, like emotional ride for me out of a Linklater movie. And then
Respect that.
Before Midnight comes in
Yeah.
second with that, like characters being like emotionally available for me and to be like, oh, this is totally, I get where they're both coming from in these stances, and it's the least preachy for me.
Cool. Hey,
Well
respect
said.
it.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're right. Thinking back, like your loyalties to the characters are constantly changing.
Right. You're
Yeah.
always wondering, like, is this guy an actual scumfuck? And then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe he is. But then is he? And then Uma Thurman comes in and she's like conning him the whole time. And you're like,
Right.
holy shit. I don't know. It was just fun. It was a good.
Yeah. I get you. I get you.
It's
Oh, yeah.
good script. I think something for me gets lost in the performance, and then the repetitive nature of it. It
Yeah.
just did not sit right. But on rewatch and just
Yeah.
over time, I think it'll go up for me.
Yeah, I think it's a 4-star for me, so it's still like a solid Linklater movie.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, boys.
Ethan Hawke is in in all of my top 4 movies.
Honestly,
Dude,
the most
so
I've taken
good.
away from Linklater, if there's anything I'm going to take away, it's that he showed me the power of Ethan Hawke and his ability to just fucking blow my panties off. So
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a couple new Hawk heads up in here.
Seriously. Yeah.
It's bad.
so fucking good.
So what have we learned? Linklater loves Texas.
He
And
loves
Oh,
Texas.
yeah.
That's number one.
That's number one.
He
Linklater
Ew.
loves
hates the establishment, maybe. I'm not sure. He might like
Right.
NASA.
He's
Yeah.
mixed. He goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
nostalgic for NASA, but that's about
There
it.
we go.
Right.
Yeah, but
right.
he hates the establishment. So
He is hyper focused on identity. That's what I gained
Yeah.
mostly of. Is like all of his stuff is about finding identity, embracing identity. Like
True.
I like how he explores humanity and identity. That's what I take from it mostly. Ethan Hawke, 100%. But also just relatable characters, and don't be scared of like dialogue. As like a writer, it's like let your characters really talk, and sometimes they'll take you places. Is kind of the vibe I get.
amen.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Hell yeah.
Another
Well, with
dive down.
that, yeah, another
That's
dive.
it.
Yeah.
Another
Shit.
dive. Moving into a shorter
Oh.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all in agreement. Next one, right?
Denny?
Wait, what?
Denny?
We're
Denny?
Oh,
talking. Oh, we aren't doing who's that fucking guy? I can't even think of his name, so I
That's
can't
the
even
fucking
name you.
Antichrist guy, right?
Yes, that guy.
Oh.
Von Trier, Red Bull Von
Oh,
Trier.
dude.
Hell no,
What?
bro.
You
I would
kidding
have
me?
my Christmas a little bit, you know.
Yeah, right. I
What's
have
not to
happiness.
enjoy?
See, now it's all
Genital
making sense because
mutilation?
you're watching Von Trier movies, and now nothing's like you're depressed, angry, like.
I am telling you guys, I can't get a single person to fucking watch fucking necrophilia, not necrophilia, nymphomaniac
Nymphomaniac.
movies.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I need someone else to watch it so they can understand where I'm coming from in saying that it is a fucking good movie.
Did you say it's like 5 hours?
Yeah, the the extended version. Yeah, it's 5 hours.
Right.
You gotta watch
I
the
think
real
it's
shit.
5.5
Oh,
I don't
total.
know. I don't know.
5.
you haven't sold anyone yet? on
Yeah,
this?
right.
Unless
That's
you're
what I was
forcing
gonna
me
say.
to watch it, I don't know.
Yeah.
I promise
Wow.
you, it's I don't know. It didn't feel like it was 5 hours for me, and like I still find myself thinking about that movie and being like, damn, he did it. Vondra did it. He made me think. He made me want to like rewatch one of his movies. I don't know.
You got to do a lot more pitching, man. I'm sorry. Like, it can't be the next dive.
Yeah.
It's
I need a 3-page essay on why.
yeah. How much am I going to be changed for the worse after this dive?
True.
You know, that's what I need to know. Really.
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm saying was, yeah, I know. I got nothing to defend. You got to give me a
Exactly.
second.
Right,
to
Yeah.
right.
debate.
Prepare and come
It's
back.
it's an acquired taste, but I think that you guys will appreciate some of the things he's saying and talking about and exploring.
Mhm.
Okay?
The taste is
I'm
extremely bitter.
skeptical.
It's going to
Yeah.
burn your mouth. You'll want to
You gotta
spit it
be
out.
okay with sex and penises and seeing a
Mhm.
self-done abortion, but other than that, I mean,
Wow.
it's wicked,
Okay.
but
I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm
I'm
out.
out, dog.
Right. That's
You
where you
lost me
lost
somewhere in there. I don't know where it was
Yeah,
specifically,
the
but
abortion thing. I know the joke is
honestly,
like, hey, take a hanger to it or whatever, but like, fucking
no, it's
seeing
worse
it's not
than
a
that.
joke now, man.
Yeah,
It's worse than that. It was brutal to watch. Like that, I'm normally pretty unfazed by that kind of shit, where it's like, oh, it's gross out stuff.
How
But
about
no, this was actually, I
I'm
was
definitely
reeling back
out.
in like pain, and
we
it
watch
was
you watch the movie and you just describe it and we'll be like, oh shit, really? That's gross, man. Yeah.
I need
I'd be down
someone to
for that.
fucking watch it. I need this. I need to talk to somebody about this because I
Yeah.
have
He's
nobody
gotta
to
let
be
it
like,
out.
hey, you remember that one scene that was
Yeah.
fucking gnarly?
You know who you need to talk to? A therapist, because that movie fucked you up, dog.
Yeah, you having
Have them
problems.
watch it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, see what
Even
they
they're
have
gonna
to
be
say
like,
about it.
eh.
Yeah.
Now, one day, man, one day I will watch those movies. I will. I promise.
I mean,
Soon.
you gotta watch
Soon.
them all.
Well, soon. Oh well. No, I don't know when. Like I said, it's hard to want to. It's hard to be like,
Right.
I got 5.5 hours for Nymphomaniac today. Like, I don't know.
Right.
One day.
Probably
One day.
like deep in the winter, like after the holidays, when everything is like really dark and depressing. Maybe just like put it on.
Just
Speed
turn the
into it.
lights all off.
Like, I'm here.
I mean,
Yeah.
Blanket
we just
over
watched
yourself.
Turn
21
it on at like
Linklater
3 in the
movies.
afternoon.
Okay,
What was
When
that?
it's dark.
we just watched 21 Linklater movies. All right, that's
Yeah,
nothing.
but those feel
5
good
hours.
to watch for the most
Most of
part.
them. Most of them. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
God.
Except for any of the animated.
Haters.
Yeah,
Haters.
fucking
Don't
A.
listen to them.
Fucking A, brother. Preach.
All right. But next dive, Villeneuve. Maybe 10 films? Depends on what we're starting with.
Yeah.
It's either going to be Maelstrom or Polytechnique, right? Is that the plan?
Well, let's see. Which one is his technical first one? Let's see if it's on our website. That'll decide. What's it called? Maelstrom?
Maelstrom.
I had August 32nd on Earth. What was that?
Yeah, that's a movie.
Oh.
I'll try to find it. I think I looked for it last time and I couldn't find it. But
Oh, okay. And then I had Maelstrom.
you're right. I would be down to start with Maelstrom if it's available.
Yep. Maelstrom is on our website.
I would
2000?
also. Oh, nice. That's good. I would also be down to do a double feature starting off with Villeneuve of Maelstrom and Polytechnique if you guys want to.
Yeah.
But if not, that's cool too.
I'm cool with that. They're not like the longest movies or anything. And
Yep,
No.
those are both on.
Good
Those are
start.
9 years apart.
That's crazy.
2000 and 2009. Yeah.
Big gap.
Oh yeah, only an hour and a half for Maelstrom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Polytechnic
A little
is
over an
less
hour.
than an hour and a half.
Hell
Jeez.
yeah, I knocked both those out.
And then he starts making
Real
2+ movies after that. He's
And
like, no.
you knock both those out,
Right.
and then you have time to watch Nymphomaniac. So
you
fuck
got
yeah.
you got an extra 5.5 in your
Yeah, at
pocket.
the same time.
Yeah.
I
well.
never want to.
Well, I'm excited for the next dive, boys. It's gonna be fun getting some Villeneuve. I've seen most,
Yeah.
not the early ones, and then a couple there that I haven't seen. So
Yeah.
it's
Same.
fun to revisit.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I
Right.
got for tonight. Unless you guys want to talk a
Yeah.
couple extra stuff at the end here.
I would,
If
I
not,
would love to, but I have to go to the bathroom so bad that I'm worried my kidneys might burst. I do want to ask you before I go, Matt. Substance, you liked it?
yes, I did. That's I don't know, man. Sometimes you just feel it, and you give it a 5-star rating, and that's what
Oh
I did
yeah.
for the Substance. Because
Nice.
I'm one watch away from giving it 5 stars. I'm at 4.5, so I'm
Yeah.
like one good watch away from just
the only
doing it
thing
because
that
I think about it all the time.
yeah, the only thing that really like held me back of like this is like it doesn't. It's like kind of direct in its messaging.
Yeah.
But I think it's like still effective as fuck. Like it's not like it's like cheap. It's like, oh yeah, they're gonna keep doing it and they're gonna keep showing you, and it's like, and it's gonna lead down this fucking tunnel that you're in, and it's.
Right.
I liked
But
it a
it's
lot.
pretty self-aware, so it kind of makes up for that on your nose bullshit, you know.
Right.
So
It's yeah. It's not just like beating you over the head. It's like layering it
Right.
with you with the story, and the plot moves very nicely.
Yeah.
The production design is fucking insane in that movie. The props are so tangible and feel so fun to like look at. It's insane. And then the prosthetic work,
It's
the
insane.
practical effects
Everything.
are better than you've ever seen in the last 30 to 40 years. Like
It's so good.
Yeah.
it
And
since The
like
Thing, honestly, I don't think I've ever seen practical effects that good.
it's pretty
Alright.
crazy. And like the sound design, I don't know how you're watching it, but I had 2 headphones in while I was watching it, and it was so like immersive and gnarly.
Breathing
Every
and shit
sound,
towards the end is like
the squishing, the breathing, the sewing her back up, the sticking the needle in her back
needle.
and doing. Oh my god, I was just kind of like,
Visceral
oh, fuck
movie,
yeah,
not for everybody, but for me.
yeah,
That's for sure. Like that movie is
definitely.
for me, and I think a lot of people are in for it nowadays. But just a great 2024 movie in my opinion. Fucking original, fresh, wild.
You you should watch Revenge. It's the same director, and
I think I added it.
yeah, it's really good. I mean, for a revenge film, it's got its tropes like similar to The Substance, where it's like on the nose, but it's a little different because it's like it flips perspective halfway through, and then it just turns into a completely different movie. So I
That's
don't know.
cool.
It's
I'm gonna follow this director because I
yeah.
think she's the smartest, one of the smartest new directors I've seen, at least with The Substance.
I think I liked Revenge a lot, and I didn't even know it was the same director until after I watched The Substance, and I think I went on Letterbox and then I clicked the director, and I was like, holy shit! I thought there was some similarities with some of the like the coloring and the way it's lit and all that stuff. So I was just like,
Yeah,
it made sense.
yeah,
So
smart shit. Yeah, just little shit too. Like one of the shots that stand out. It's kind of a Malik shot where you're just from behind on the character, and it shows her
mhm.
early, just like walking through the LA streets, and like as it progresses through the story, that shot becomes like more fucking wild and loose, and it's
Yeah,
just smart shit.
and honestly, if Dennis Quaid doesn't get a nomination, I'll be a little surprised. I thought he was
I thought
fantastic
he
in
was
this movie.
wild in that. I mean, that's another reason I loved it too. Is like there's so much Kubrick in that movie. It's kind of outrageous, and there's a
Yeah.
lot of references, and they all work really well in my opinion. But
I mean, the hallway, that's the shining hallway,
it's
baby.
crazy, and the heightened
It's
Dennis Quaid's character is so heightened. He's in a Clockwork
yeah.
Orange almost. It's crazy. Like
He was so when he's shaking his dick and when he's taking a piss, like holy, like
yeah, you're just
what
like
the
in his
fuck?
face, like fucking the camera's like so close to him.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely check it
good
out.
stuff.
It's on Mubi, but you can get a free
Movie.
trial on Prime, 7 days if you really want to.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it was on the site.
It's on the site, yeah, for sure.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
The high
Yeah.
seas.
You
Fucking
got
high
it.
seas.
The high seas, baby.
But
Raise
yeah,
the flag.
one
Hoist
of
the
my
colors.
favorites of the year so far. It's
Definitely.
nice.
Oh, speaking of another list, are we gonna do our year-end rankings here? Jordan?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we should indeed. Do some awards, do some rankings. What do you want to do? Like top 10, top 15, or what?
Yeah, I think
10?
10. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come with a couple thoughts prepared. Just go through them.
Yep. Maybe some awards to dish out.
Yeah.
Acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
stuff
can
like
talk
that.
some awards ideas. Something,
Yeah.
something fun.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
next week start some Denis, and then maybe like a week or two after we'll do the rankings.
Sounds good.
Sick.
Cool. Thanks for watching our Linklater